Let's ride! You boys ready for a great raid?
Hello, welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. Stuttering and screen clips and garbage sound effects and everything all together. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Wow. So hopefully the show is bad for the audience watching on YouTube as it did for me here in the studio. It was freezing and breaking up and everything. I don't know. Hargeet, did it look bad for you?
No, so far it looks okay. Everything should be okay, hopefully. So
cool. There we go. Well, anyway, welcome out to the show, guys. Oh my gosh, we already got 80 people here watching us live. Holy shit. My name is WEBDAVE, and this is my co-host, the one, the only, the immaculate one, Hargeet Chani.
hey, everyone. Oh, we had some more fun this week. Some more interesting news. Let's get into the fun.
We do. We have a couple of very special guests today. We thought, today's show, we want to make sure that it's a very relaxed, dude. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, nothing like I don't know, like talking a lot of shit, which is what we're going to do today. And we have some of the best in the business coming on for that today. We have the one and only Ray. What's up, buddy?
Hey, yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, welcome to the show, sir. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
All right. Flames in the background. We know we're going to have some fire today. And then, of course, we have, yes, a close personal friend of mine. He's like, what? I'm just kidding. The legend, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dirt Griggity. Dirt, welcome to the show, sir.
What is up? What's up? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm doing so good. I'm doing fantastic. I mean, when you got this.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
You know it's gonna be a good show. Gonna be good. All right, let me turn on the chat over here so everybody can see what we're talking about. I don't know, did that play or just jump in? I did not hear TTS.
Oh,
so I guess we'll just do those manually. We have a couple of them that came in today.
Yeah, let me.
We have Adidas, $5. I don't know if you have a way to start them up.
I don't know what's going on. We just tested it before.
Right.
Let's read them. We'll
Adidas, $5. Sony announced pulling games from PC. Then Jeff calls the new Xbox a PC. How suspicious?
@Mark_K celebrates 28 months of membership.
Okay, so now that one's working.
Happy B-Day week to me.
That's from our boy Lemon, 108 Dragons TV. All right, so let's get back to this one. Salute to everyone, and Hargeet, show me the olives. We'll throw up some olives. There you go, some olives. And then we go to that one. Again, Lemon, 108 Dragons TV, $5. Let's go, ponies. Put 12 to your chin. Is that okay? Xbox back and let go, haters. Ray ain't special. He Jim Duggan of YouTube.
Nice. Gambino celebrates 2 months of membership.
Thanks, Gambino.
Well, that comment was I'm the Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You the Virgil. So it is what it is.
I love 80s WWF references.
I know them all, Dirt. And I was barely born there too.
Yeah.
I know them all.
There you go. There you go. I mean, Hacksaw Jim, he was a pretty tall guy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He's about 3'6'4", something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, not 7 foot tall like Ray Ray. But...
Yeah, right.
I'm 7'3". I just grew 3 inches. So I'm good.
Ooh, that's what she said.
You like Wimby, huh? You like Wimby?
My birthday is like the 14th, I will be 40. Still gaming.
Well, happy birthday, sir. Happy
Birthday,
birthday.
Shout out to that birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, we got another one coming through.
At Big Madmo 4379 celebrates 24 months of membership. Hey, good evening, you got NVM, we got company. Shout out to the panel. Hashtag Inashe Trust. Hashtag Xbox invades enemy territory. Hashtag Chief needs to retire.
Oh man, come on. Whoa, you went too far. I was with you the whole time until the last part.
Wow. We knew it was going to get a little salty today. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Well, actually, I never did turn on the chat over here. Let's see here. Show comments, and we'll make them a nice size. There we go. So they'll cover up my face, but that's all right because nobody needs to see me anyway. Ugly. All right. Let's see. Another membership. We'll read that real quick.
At Music 72 celebrates 11 months of membership.
All right, thank you so much, dude. This is awesome. And we have 147 people here, and we're just not getting started. Or just it's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good show, and I really appreciate you coming on today. You and and Shaun have put together some amazing stuff, and of course the whole panel. We Believe Green Monday. I mean. Ray and Joey and you, Shaun, just killing it over there on your show, and I absolutely love it. It is my favorite show.
Who loses more, PSP or XP if they go exc?
If they go exclusive, that's an interesting question. We do have a lot of things to get to today, a lot of questions, and a lot of craziness that we're going to be throwing at us. If TTS gets a little too crazy here in a little bit, we will pause it. I know I can pause it, but then we can start it back up. I promise we will make sure that all your stuff gets read tonight. But yeah. So Dirt, just to kind of get us a little started. There was a big announcement last week, which I think all of us have kind of covered a little bit. We covered a little bit last week as well in the show. That there's the code name is now out there. I mean, it's there. Everybody knows it, and of course, some people are in denial, and some people think, it's no big deal. It's not.
Or it's just a PC, man.
Exactly. Hargee, he really does. He does a really good D-Batch. I'm just saying. I just said D-Batch never been on our show, and he may never be on our show. He's more than welcome to be on here if he can take the hits. He can definitely come on the show. But let's just say, so you and Shaun have receipts is basically what I'm trying to get to, and I'm going to pull up. A little bit of some of the receipts that the receipts were so good that even Colt Eastwood reposted them as well too. Some of the things that were said, and I think if we kind of read some of those, Hargee, let me open this up. That it will definitely. Let's see here. Did that image open up? Yes, but it went way over here. Let's see. All right. Working with two computers is still not something I'm good at yet.
Yeah, I'm never gonna go do a computer. I can't do it.
Well, I did it because it actually it relieves some of the pressure on the stream so that it's not so bad. But sometimes it confuses an old man like myself. All right, share screen. Let's see here. Window and this image right here. There we go. And add it to the screen. I'm talking myself through it in case you hadn't noticed. And then let's see if I can get up. Can you see those? Okay, Hargeet, or do I need to go ahead and bring them? Because I think I can actually bring them up a little bigger.
No. I think what it was before is fine.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know about the rest of the people who are watching, but either way, from next gen player, I guess that's what that Hunter. Xbox Next hardware may not happen despite their announcements. More retail stores will pull Xbox from sale. Microsoft is becoming 100% third party. All these rumors come from insider Sneakers SO. And then you have Synth Potato. We got credible rumors that a next gen Xbox console might not happen at all from Sneaker SO. Microsoft is reportedly planning to axe consoles and go full third party, with xCloud being the only platform for Xbox. I expected this, that it's kind of cut off right now, so I don't know if you want to shrink it back. So
FDBH Magnets was the chip name. Helix is the system code, and all means Xbox moving forward, and we love it. Paxi still be there with jar feet.
With Target, yeah. I'll see you there, Lemon. All right, sorry, we were on Xbox being the only platform for Xbox. I expected this would happen, but not this soon. Xbox might be over. JDab, Xbox definitely getting out of the console space. Their two next-gen consoles are underperforming compared to the Xbox One. They have no VR options. And then they put out like the Meta VR. Anyway, whatever. No handhelds, no next-gen controllers, but have the audacity to advertise this. Console next, GameSpot Xbox handheld device essentially canceled. Report IFT or whatever. Right. So yeah, and I'm assuming that was some. So I'm assuming that was the internal version versus the Asus ROG Ally Xbox. That's what they ended up going with. Anyway, so then we have Xbox has just released confirmation that they shut down a hardware division. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Next. So now the rumor is that Xbox will not even make more hardware. This is not good, even if you only play on PlayStation. Literally, what is Microsoft doing, man? They are giving up on the whole brand. Imagine being a lifelong Xbox fan and get treated like this. And then we have just got confirmation from people familiar with Xbox and Microsoft, but from what they told me, Xbox as a console is 100% done. They're not going to make any more consoles. And unfortunately, we have the chat in front of it, so I'm not sure if I can actually read it.
Oh, sorry.
Let me. I don't know if we can like remove the chat. Can I just move it? Can I move the chat?
How about that?
Oh, there we go. Perfect. They're not going to make any more consoles. They're going full third party. You can look back at this tweet when Microsoft inevitably confirms this eventuality. Or eventually, Xbox as a console is finished 100%.
Well, I guess Shaun, which I think was very smart of Shaun to put the to put your logos and everything right up there in the middle so everybody can see who gathered these receipts. You guys did a great job, by the way, of doing this. So Dirt, wow. Does this is this what they call the tasting the salt? Is this what makes it so good to be in the actual
Ray to be Carmen in your thumbnail. He's the shortest Gears of War member. He can barely reach his Gerber meats and milk on the top shelf.
They raise you piece of shit.
Oh, they raise. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. All right, so Dirt again. Let me. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and pause that while we talk. Oh, look who's here. It's Paris Lily. Hello, Paris. What's up, Paris? Paris comes in.
I was watching Paris on Kind of Funny when he was with Greg Miller, and Greg Miller, he's not a fan of the way they announced Project Helix, and Paris was trying his best to kind of take up for the announcement, but Greg Miller, he's not a fan of what they announced, and how they announced it, I believe.
Kind of funny. Been having they've been having a lot of problems with what's going on with Xbox. Then the week before, wasn't it old boy that was like he was mad that Jez got the interview? Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Paris tried to, he tried to, I wouldn't say defend it, but he was like, come on, Greg. Really,
justified. Almost.
Yeah.
So yeah. But these receipts, man. I mean, you've been collecting a ton of them as well too. Is there anything that just stands out to you as far as like? I mean, I know it, and I know it makes you mad that they just keep doing this, and it's like at this point, why is anybody still listening to these channels? Why is anybody still listening to these guys who obviously are just the bitter pill they can't swallow?
Well, because they want it to be true, you know. Like, look, man, we can be the first ones to admit there's been some mistakes on the Xbox side. Some things have changed. The brand itself isn't as popular as it used to be. And these Xbox haters, they love it. So at the time where there was some rumors, some of these were made up rumors because there was nothing said that Xbox was going to get out of hardware business. These guys ran with it. I mean, I think most of the time their source was Tim Dog, and they ran with what he said because, like, Tim Dog does have sources at Microsoft. I don't know if he still does, but he did at one point. So they ran with what he said, and they're going to be done. They're not making any more hardware. And then, it's a combination of how the Xbox Series is selling compared to the PS5. Costco pulled the consoles off the shelf here in the States, even though no other retailer did. People were saying, yeah, Target did it too. Yeah, Walmart did it too. And that just wasn't true. But this is what these guys want. They want Xbox gone. And guys like Shaun, myself, and some other of the Xbox guys in the community, we take receipts. I said all the time, I have receipts from years, literally years. So look, I have the receipts. And when that day comes, when I can use them, I go ahead and use them. The same thing with Shaun. I see Shaun had these receipts on deck. He had it on deck. So, I mean, because there was plenty, even all of the stuff that Sarah Bond was saying last year about the new Xbox hardware, Phil Spencer multiple times saying new hardware is coming. There was some people still didn't believe it. They said, nope, there's not coming. No, even Paris and Danny interviewing Phil Spencer last year sometime and asking him about the new hardware, and Phil Spencer saying, yeah, we think our hardware is going to speak for itself. They still, nope, it's not coming. It's not coming. So, yeah, me and Shaun just kept the receipts. And as you see, Shaun put that out. I did a video. Shaun did a video. And here it is. So, I think it's cool, man, that Xbox is doing some more hardware. I know a lot of people were surprised. They didn't want it to happen, but they're doing it. So what you're going to see now, fellas, is the narrative will move again. Everybody knows it's a PC hybrid. Right, console. It's a PC hybrid. It's not the same as the Steam machine, which is pretty much a PC in the console package, right? The Xbox Helix, Project Helix is a console and a PC together, right? I always like what Tom Warren said. You can play GTA 6, the Xbox version of GTA 6 on Project Helix. You can't play a console version of GTA on the Steam machine until they put it on PC, right? So there you go, right there. It's a console and it's a PC.
And nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think anything wrong with it either. I think it's
cool. I mean, because sometimes you gotta, Xbox has always done this though. If people really pay attention to what they've done in the past, nobody had a hard drive in their console until the Xbox.
True.
Right? Nobody had a hard drive, and what the first Xbox I was a hard drive like 2 gigs or something. I don't know what it was, but it was like for me personally a game changer. Like, yo, it's a hard drive in there. Oh, that's cool. So I don't have to buy a memory card to save my games, and that's the stuff that they would do. They've always done. Like, look at all the things the 360 did. All of the online features and stuff. Come on, man. They've always done that kind of stuff. So this is them evolving, and some people hating it. Now they're saying, "Oh man, it's just a PC. It's just a PC, man. You guys are some fucking haters. It's just a PC, man."
He does say that a lot.
I'm telling you, Ethernet port. Thank you. That's another thing. Ethernet port from the original Xbox. So they've always done stuff to move the industry forward, to evolve. And because I remember thinking at the time with the original Xbox, like, what the hell is a excuse me, like, what the hell is a broadband? I didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like, what is a broadband? An Ethernet port? What the hell is that? I didn't know. But obviously they were right. So this is something Xbox always does, and people going to continue to hate on it, man. There's people still saying it's not going to come out. Even after this last week's announcement, they're still saying it's not going to come out. So
it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you're right, man. It's gotten to the point to where it's just I don't know if it's I mean, I have a theory, and I'll get to it in a minute. But thank you, man. I like your points for sure. And dude, like I said, this episode of us talking tonight is an episode that I needed Dirk Griggity on because I know you're ready to talk that shit tonight. Because there's so much stuff to get into. And another good shit talker is Ray. So Ray, sir, your opinion on all this this negativity and I'm sure you have your own receipts and things that you've heard before that have like, wait a minute, didn't this person say this isn't happening? And so your thoughts on all this I guess the wine is tasting really good now.
Well, you know, I do keep receipts also. I'm just more unorganized than Dirty Shaun. So they just all in the photo gallery somewhere.
I made folders, bro. I made folders with mine.
I need to. Because I was going through them the week. Once y'all did that, I started going through mine. That's when I put a couple in the what's the name. If you look at that list of people talking, right? All those dudes are smooth brains, right? All those dudes this is what they do. Sarah Bond told them last year that she was making a console. She sat down and had a whole interview about it and everything. So I don't understand where all these people like, hey, they're not getting out of console business. I just seen Nadella say basically they in it for the long haul. They always gonna support Xbox.
Yep.
The problem is because since Phil and stuff like that left, people got it up in arms a little bit of some up until Phil got left. Besides the multi-platform thing, nobody was all this complaining and everything. Well, you got people like the Pio there, Hunter there. They do this every day because they have nothing else to do. Because you know why? PlayStation has no games to play. So they come out with their one game a year. They play Twitter, and they sit here and try to tell us, something bad about Xbox. Xbox been dead. They've been saying Xbox been dead for the last like 10 years. I swear I just got through playing WWE. So I don't think it's dead. But why are y'all even if Xbox was so dead, why is every day y'all talking about a dead platform? Why is most of the hate comments the Dreamcast guy? Oh, the Xbox, the new Xbox is it looks terrible or whatever he said. When they show the box,
man, he's seen that. That's amazing.
It's crazy. Like he can see into the future or something like that. Because I feel that Xbox, like what's his name, Asher Sherman. He had the games are set up for probably the next 4 or 5 years. Like, as far as games, like first party games, she really don't have to do nothing. Now she just gotta focus in on marketing and getting the word of mouth around and get people engaged in the console, whatever the new console is, which I think probably comes out next year sometime, right? They got to be very good on that messaging. They can't just lollygag into this because since you have already seen it with Jeff, right? Jeff didn't want to call it a console. We understand it's a hybrid because it's doing multiple things, right? So Helix, hybrid, whatever, it's doing multiple things. So why? So they got to be when they come out, because she already said console. So when they come out, they gotta, and then they market it, they gotta be forceful and be like, hey, this is what it is. It ain't whatever nobody else saying, what these people saying. It plays Xbox games natively, it plays PC games natively, whatever else the features are to come out, you gotta be clear and concise with it. And they still they might be clear and concise because they have been before, and people still take it some other way. This is how it doesn't matter sometimes because they're gonna always, like Dirk said earlier, they're always gonna try to move the goalpost. So it is what it is.
I agree 100%. It's crazy what they said on that. Hargeet, I want your comments on this now. Now, look, I'm going to clarify this before I even throw it to Hargeet. Hargeet is a very respectful man, and he does not stoop to the level of a lot of these, and he's not going to disrespect or
yeah, I'm not going to go after them.
He's just not into that kind of stuff, and that's fine. Don't get me. He'll sit and listen, as good as the next man, but as far as necessarily participating in, and I'm not asking him to, and would never ask him to, but I guarantee you, Hargeet, you've got some thoughts on why would you want to say something like this? What is their motive behind some of these statements? Is it just as simple as I'm better than you, or is it what if you wanted to get in the mind of a pony, what little mind there is,
or any of these, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's essentially tribalism. It's the usual thing, right? And we are humans. We are tribalistic. That's just the way it is. And some people are latching on to this is their tribe. Like I'm a Nintendo fan, or a PC fan, or a PlayStation fan, or an Xbox fan, whatever. As long as it's fun and it doesn't dig too far, it's fine. Okay, whatever, right? As long as it's respectful enough, right? You don't go after people or anything. It's fine. But if you start getting too far into it and your ego is now tied to it, that's a problem. So I think it's a lot of that is just tribalism, and some people want that. Now, there's other parts of it where it's just normal criticism, which is fair. Okay, if somebody's not doing what you want them to, fine, criticize it. That's fair. However, there are times when it just goes too far, right? Where there's the assumption of I want negative for that side, period, and that can happen in almost anything, right? You can think of a name brand car, and you say, well, Chevy versus Ford. I don't want Ford to do well. I don't want Chevy to do well. Fair enough, right? Now, is that to the point of like your buddy buys the opposite car, and you're like, no, how dare you? I cannot be your friend. Like, get over it, right? It's just a freaking car, right? So as long as it's in that vein, it's fine. As far as a console, and now the definitions of consoles, the definition of a console is a specialized electronic device designed primarily for playing video games. It connects to a display and uses controllers for input. That's a console.
Yeah.
So that's the definition of console. Okay. And so anything that does that technically is a console. Okay. So we can get rid of all these bullshit definitions of what is a console. Anything that primarily plays video games is a console. I have a lot of Xboxes in my house that never play any video games. All they do is play Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus. That's all they're used for, is to watch streaming services. They have the capability of playing games. They almost never get used for it. Mine does, but even there, a lot of times I'm watching YouTube on my console. Does that make it not a console? I mean, it's a console.
Right.
So we have to stop thinking about console as some sort of specific thing. It is a device intended to play games using a controller as the interface. That's the end of it. That's it. There's nothing more. There's nothing else. It doesn't matter. You can look at your Switch and say, oh, I play all those Nintendo classic games. They're all emulated on there. Are they not games? Is that not a console because it only it has access to that? Who cares? I'm playing games. That's it. That's the purpose of the device. I play video games. That's it. That's the definition of a console. So I don't know why we need to redefine that, which is kind of coming up as another potential stupidity that we're going to keep seeing. It's a PC. Is it under your TV? Does it use a controller? It's a console. That's it. That's the definition of console. Everybody wants to complicate things. We don't have to. But either way, as far as the thought process that Xbox was going to get out of hardware, look, anything is possible. I would just never say it's definitive, right? Like, so King, for instance, goes out and says, hashtag no PS6. I'm like, I don't know, though. I'm just going to stay out of that. I think they'll probably put one out. Maybe they don't. Maybe he's totally right. But I'm not going to play that game of like, companies can decide to do whatever makes sense for them from a business perspective. So does it make sense for Xbox to continue? I think so. I think what they're doing is brilliant, is merging the two platforms they have, which is Windows and the Xbox OS as part of the console thing. And I think you're still going to have a very Xbox OS type thing. So I don't see the next Xbox, looking like Windows. I think it's really going to look like your current Xbox. So I would expect it to be much more like that, and expect it to look like Windows. But we will see. We will see what they do with that. But I don't care. Ultimately, it's like even the Steam machine. It's a device intended to plug to your TV. It runs on a controller. It is not a keyboard mouse device, right? That's a normal PC, right? So either way, it's coming. Unfortunately for these folks, they bet on the wrong thing, and now they're getting unfortunately called out for it. It's just the way it goes, right? So make your bed the way you want, but then you're gonna have to deal with it. It is the way it goes.
Hey, Hargeet.
Unfortunately for these folks. Yeah.
Hey, Hargeet, why is this even a question? Like, why are we questioning what's like? When have we ever done that?
When Xbox does something, it's always starting to be a question all of a sudden, right?
It's always, yeah.
They are. Hey, you gotta get upon this one thing, Dirt. They creative.
Bro, they're very creative. They're very creative.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
It's
like
always something.
somebody in the chat just said D-Bass did a video talking about it's not a console. On the thumbnail, he said it's not a traditional console. Who said it was a traditional console? It's not a traditional console. It's a console PC hybrid, bro. It's not a traditional console. Come on, man. Stop it.
So
Every time when Xbox does, right, there you go.
Is this a console? It's not traditional, but is it a console? Is my Switch 2 not a console?
Good point.
I mean, okay, whatever you say, right? Like, it's all bullshit. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you how it is. I mean, listen, like I was talking to someone about this earlier. Starfield, right? Starfield is a game that I feel got so much hate because at the time it was an Xbox exclusive. Xbox bought Bethesda, and all of a sudden you start to hear the craziest stuff about this game. I can't go to every planet. What? Like, what? I can't go to this gas planet. Like, why are people questioning stuff they never questioned before? All of a sudden, it's because it's an Xbox game. I'm just saying, like, pay attention to that stuff. People will question stuff they never said anything about before, but because it's Xbox, or then these questions come out of nowhere.
And right. Dirt, this started in the beginning of the Xbox One generation with the frames and the frames per second thing and the resolution thing, right?
Yeah.
But doing the 360, I didn't hear nobody
talked about frames or resolution at all.
And now then it happened. then it was the
PS4 was more powerful, right?
It was. That's remember your Xbox was spying on you. Also, the Kinect was spying on you. So that was another thing.
Never said that during the 360 generation.
Never.
Right, because the Kinect came in 2010 on the 360. I never heard somebody say the Kinect is spying on you. You know why? Because they loved the 360. The 360 was loved. But when the Xbox One came out after all of that bad Xbox news with this is how you share your game, the DRM, all of a sudden the Kinect is spying on you.
It's one of those things that you like. Y'all gonna ever stop? I understand that when we got to the Xbox One generation, a lot of the people who grew up and started being journalists and stuff, they were PlayStation fans, right? I get it. I 100% get it. But after a while, y'all gotta be like, all right, y'all hate like y'all just making stuff out of thin air now. Like the console, like Nintendo haven't done, like Jerk just said, Nintendo haven't done a traditional console since what, the GameCube? Like, like that, I was in high school. like so why are we and besides the Wii U, Nintendo been doing all right since then, right? So why are we every single time Xbox say anything good, they can say, like I said, they can say something good and we still make it bad. And I like now with your tribalism thing, like Hargeet was saying, I know people who rep Dodge and Chevy or they will fight each other. They go to the tracks, they get the racing and stuff, and they doing drag racing. They will fight each other because they are Dodge or they are Chevy or they are Ford. And it's same with Dirt used does sports analogy all the time. I wear a Cowboys hoodie literally 5 days a week at work. Like this is like gaming is not the only tribalism thing, and it's not the worst at that. But people act like it's life and death sometimes. Like they gotta find a way to give PlayStation. It's like the child that always needs something. Like it's no matter if Xbox shine a little bit, they're like just shine just a little bit. PlayStation got to have something going on that day too. Like we're gonna get to a point that when PlayStation comes out in 2029. Or maybe to 2031. You never know when the PlayStation 6 comes out. You gonna that one game a year ain't gonna make it, man. When I think me personally, I think PlayStation gonna be they're gonna go third party, but then that ain't gonna work because they don't got no games coming out. That's me personally, but what can I say on that one?
Yeah, no, but this is the point for our show, especially today, is that you're going to get some opinions. You may not like everything you hear. You may love everything you hear. You may think, wow, Ray, Dirt channel, Shaun's channel, this is the only place you're hearing this kind of stuff. And that's because some people are brave enough to talk through the bullshit,
Hey, you know what Boomstick told me?
What's that?
He said, Dirt, we need channels like yours.
You're right. I remember that.
Because everybody's not wired the same way, right? Mm-hmm. I know like Hargeet, he don't want to address that BS. Boomstick kind of the same. But I will. Ray will. Shaun will. Joey will. And there's like King Dave will. There's channels that, we have to, because I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee somebody's going to clip something from this show today because they've been on a clipping spree lately, right? They've been clipping a lot of stuff, Phil Spencer retiring, Sarah Bond fire, whatever the hell happened with her. With all these rumors that's going on with Xbox, like will they do this or will exclusives come back? So some of us positive Xbox channels like, yo, will exclusives come back? And they're like, yo, I just like somebody sent me a video of a PlayStation fanboy. He had like an hour video with a whole bunch of clips of Xbox dudes, including me, Shaun, even Gaz, and Gaz ain't even Xbox dude anymore. Just a whole bunch of. He had a video of me from 2016. I'm talking about exclusives when that's really what was going on back then. It's like exclusives. Yeah. I mean, you go back to 2016, 2017, and me and my work truck, but that's what they're doing. So I just saw them clip day one. They're going to clip us. That's what they're doing. So if you have a bunch of guys being aggressive on that side, and we had a bunch of guys on our side, and no, I don't want to cancel. Well, that's fine. But that's why you need guys like us, because we will cancel. I'm gonna talk shit about. I ain't call you by your name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I don't want to call it. No, I'm gonna say your damn name, right? On air. I say it in your face if I mention real life.
Excellent.
So that's what Boomstick told me. He said, we need channels like yours, because some people don't want to be messy, but I will.
And that's true. We do. And I'll tell you, once I found your channel, I'm not gonna lie, I reached out to you and I was like, dude, you're fantastic. And then I got you to come on to an interview, you and Shaun, and then Ray I've had on. I've had Joey on as an interview on this channel, because it's like, it's just, to me, when I had when COVID, I guess, hit, and I was work from home for a lot of people, and it was like trying to find stuff to listen to while we're doing our work and all that kind of stuff here on the computer. And it was like, I was like, oh, I love gaming, and it was like, IGN and I don't like that take. What is this? And then I started digging around. Then I found Boomstick, and then I found the Iron Lords, and I found you, and it was just like, there are people out there that have the like-mindedness, you know what I mean? Like to think alike, or at least think, there's a different side of the story that those other people in other places and some content creators and some news organizations aren't covering. Right. They don't want to. It's for whatever their interest is. It's just not happening. And I mean, and even we know Paris Willay's in the chat. Paris, welcome, sir. Good to have you here in the chat. We appreciate you. And he had actually, and I'll speak on this from what I know of it, that at one time the Dreamcast guy, Total Chode, who's actually there's actually an icon if you want to. We have an emoji. A Dreamcast guy, if you guys want to use that, it's a pretty fun one, and he's got a big smile on his face, from those teeth that we all paid for. But in fact, I'll There it is. There it is. I'll put it in the chat right now in case anybody hadn't seen it on YouTube. There it is. Thanks, FarQ. FarQ is amazing, by the way. But yeah, so my point is that the Dreamcast guy actually, you know, was a little bit, you know, a little bit negative and hating on some of the comments. And of course, Paris gets a lot of jealousy because, you know, he's pretty much right down the middle. Does great promotional things for both Sony and Microsoft. And then, you know, if they find out that like some of the big diehard channels have been around forever, that, you know, Paris gets sent a lot of stuff like, oh, I don't know, the Spider-Man edition of the PlayStation and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and got sent a lot of equipment and stuff. And they're like, wait a minute, I do nothing but praise and get on my knees for Sony, and I don't get any of this stuff. Why is he getting it? Just
they was mad about that.
Jealousy, absolute total jealousy and ridiculousness, as it were. My Kentucky education, but you know, sorry, Jared, I was just playing, but no, but it's just, and Paris even said this on his show once that you know, so he was like, you know, if you're gonna say these kind of comments about me, you know, get on the DM. Let's talk about this. And then he actually, of course, at one convention or another, ran into a Dreamcast guy in person and was in his face. And he's like, what do you got to say to me now? And of course, we've met Paris in person. Paris is 6 foot tall. He is tall. Oh, 6 foot something. He is big. 6'3", I think. He's a tall man. And he works out a lot. Just saying. So needless to say, he is in shape and can drive his point home if he needs to. And he said that the Dreamcast guy just amazingly changed his tone. I was just like, oh, that's just for show. That's all. You know, it's a channel, and I just do that to, you know. Oh, we're friends, we're good. You know. And of course, he came back at it and did it again later after he wasn't standing in front of the man.
Right.
You know, it's just it's silliness is all it is. It's some of these people these takes, and it's got to be for monetary value. I mean, Dreamcast guy himself put like 15 videos out in the last couple of days, you know, even saying that he, like it said, he had seen the system, you know, it looks bad. Really? Because I'm not even sure they have a final system to look at the moment, but okay, we're going to believe him because he's such an insider, right? Yeah. It's craziness. It is what it is. We have 442 people watching us live right now. Thank you all so much. This was just the opening salvo, just kind of filling it out and trying to get the mood for what is going on in the gaming community right now. A lot of good stuff to talk about. I've gotten sent this clip by a few people, an article from Jez Gordon. Thanks to everybody that did send it to me, and it was a lot of people. And we're gonna pull this up right now. Hargeet, I know
I'm do the super chats so we catch up for that.
You know what? That's a good idea. Actually, I can turn that back on and see. I think we're gonna start up pretty quick. I'm still new to the TTS, guys. So bear with me. I appreciate that. But I did pause it, and there's also a whole bunch of gifted members that we can read those here in a minute too, and then we'll get to the next little topic. So let's see here. I'm gonna turn it on and see what happens. Resume queue. I'm not sure how long it takes for it to click in, but here we go.
At Thraybone 408_4 celebrates 5 months of membership.
Thank you.
Why do you think the majority of these PS guys on Twitter can't call Project Helix a console? If call it a PC, they can say they were right about Xbox leaving the console space. They move goalposts.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And we got 5 gifted from It's Me the
Denial is not just a river in Egypt.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Xbox is dead is a business plan for some content creators. Doesn't matter if it maps to reality in any way.
Yeah.
FarQ gifts 5 WebDave memberships.
Are we caught
Connie's on the new Helix moving the goalpost. That's not a video game. That's a program. Wait till the weekend.
Yep.
Hold on. Like, who voice was that?
Play Twisted Metal on the Helix.
Hey yo. You're not lying though. Yo, no.
All right, and then the Plump with 5 gifted, and then Silent Cypher with 20. Ooh,
yeah, and then the FarQ was in there as well too. Thank you all so much for the gifted.
Yeah, I did that one.
We greatly appreciate you guys so much. And if you want a membership for yourself, it's just $1. That's it. That's all. Just $1 little dollar. Oh, look, and Zena's in the house too. Hey, Zena. What's up, girlfriend? Anyways.
Zena.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, so and comments about Bram Stoker. What is that? What is
Hey, yo. I learned what that was. That's not cool.
Let's see. Yeah.
The voice was Moxie.
Moxie. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. So goodness. Right back at you, darling. But yeah, so thanks for letting us catch that up. I'm actually going to put the back on pause for now, so we don't. But we will play those again here in a minute, I promise. And again, shout out to Paris for being in the chat. With a lot of other great members of the community that are here. Chris, I know I saw Crispy Bomb, I saw that blue number, and a whole bunch of others. And P Lumps in the chat as well. So thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate you. But yeah, so let's bring this up. So and I said I got sent this by a lot of people, and thank you everybody that sent it to me. Let's see, because there was a comment made about I guess having a blank sled. Jeremy sent me this, Joey sent me this, and Jez sent me this. So there we go.
All right, so shall I read it from our friend Jez Gordon? Exclusive. Here's the full quotes from Satya Nadella to Xbox at an internal town hall Q&A. We're long on gaming. We'll continue to invest, and we'll always do so. It's actually pretty interesting. Okay. Nadella had some great comments here internally, talked about fighting back against doom scrolling with active engagement, hobbies like gaming, and then repeatedly talked up console hardware. That's interesting, huh? And then acknowledged fan feedback and passion for Xbox. Team seems very re-energized here. Okay. That's some pretty interesting stuff.
That is good positive things, all which sound bad for ponies, but you know.
Well, I mean, let's not look at the negatives for ponies, but let's look at the positives for the Xbox side.
Yes.
But yeah, let's start with Ray Ray. What do you think about this?
Let me say something. Because people were running with the blank check thing, right? And that's not what he said. But from what he's saying, and we only can take the man at face value, right? We can't say he's lying or something. We can say he's lying, but I'm usually a face value. If you say you're gonna do this, this is what you're gonna do until you prove me wrong, right? So he's saying he's behind Xbox. He's gonna always be behind Xbox. He's gonna do what it needs to do for Xbox to. Because I don't, like I said earlier, the brand not dead. It's not one of those things, but perception sometimes is reality, right? So the perception and a lot of people in the majority eyes, because of the brand, the market leader is a PlayStation. The Xbox is far behind when it seems, but when you put in how many games actually get sold, they really almost neck and neck, right? So long as he gives them enough leeway to actually do what they need to do for the brand to keep growing. Because the problem is him and Amy Hood lately have been getting in the way of a lot of things. Because you can't tell me it was Sarah Bond that said, "Hey, let's put Game Pass up to $30." You just can't tell me that. You can't tell me Phil wanted to be at $30. You can't tell me that, hey, that new Xbox, the old Xbox that came out in 2021, let's make that $800, even though it came out at $500. So if we can get those top execs out the way, because I ain't gonna lie, him wearing that Xbox hoodie kind of disgusts me. So yeah, if you can get them out the way and allow Xbox actually to do what they need to do, I think it'll be fine. The problem is you have the Satya Nadella, the Amy Hoods that are in the way, the board that's in the way. So I just think, so like I said, we know the hardware coming out. They told us that last year. That's why I wasn't surprised, because they had to say something anyway with GDC next week. It was gonna get said no matter if Phil was still in charge. So I just want them to get out the way for it. Actually, Xbox can see. Now, hey, give us the money though, but just get out the way. Let's get out the way.
Oh, can I go now? Or
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So, yeah, the word that I'm very interested here is re-energized, because these past couple of weeks, ever since they announced Asha Sharma being the new head of Xbox, I've been sensing some of the things she's been saying, return of Xbox, some of the stuff we've been hearing. There's been rumors about some exclusives coming back. There's been a lot of different stuff that's going on. And when you look at what Satya is saying, he's saying a couple things that really sparked my interest. He talked up the hardware, and he's pretty much saying, we're long for gaming. We'll continue to invest, and we'll always do so. If he's saying that doesn't sound like, we about to throw y'all asses out of here. I think sometimes maybe a lot of things with Sarah and Phil the last couple of years just didn't work, y'all. Some things just didn't work. Maybe this is an Xbox. I know we've heard some things. This is an Xbox, whether it was Sarah, but whoever, I know Phil and Amy and Satya, they all greenlit it. It's like, okay, go ahead. If this is your new marketing campaign, go ahead. That shit didn't work. We kind of joked about it. Yeah, this is an Xbox, that's an Xbox. But at the end of the day, it didn't work. It's like, yo, man, it made the perception of the brand like, huh? What do you mean? I thought it was corny from the beginning. We cracked jokes about it, but this shit it just didn't work. So at the end of the day, if he's saying this, that makes me optimistic to, okay, they're not throwing the brand away. They're not canceling the brand. They're still doing hardware. If he's talking about hardware, we know Asha literally was the person that announced Project Helix on social media. She said they're going to talk about it this week at GDC. Okay, I'm gonna be a little optimistic, right? So we'll see what happens in the future. I know we heard that a lot of people at Microsoft, at Xbox, they're more optimistic about what's going on, what's being said. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, so I'll throw WebDave, you're muted.
It seems like it's very optimistic. Go ahead, Hargee.
Yeah, so I'll preface this with, this is an internal town hall from the head of the company on a massive leadership change, right? Talking to the people that work for them, right? So we might have a feeling about, hey, I play on this platform, I'd like to see the future be good and all that. That's fine. Their paychecks are dependent on this company working out, right? So they're in a different world, and that's who he's talking to, right? So just keep that in mind, right? So this is all going to the people that work there to say, all right, I'm not here to fire all you, because that's what they're thinking, right? They're like, because this could go any direction. This could go in any direction. Yep. You're doing a massive leadership change. You took out the guy that was legendary, Phil Spencer. You took him out. Okay, cool. What does that mean for my job? What's going to happen in a year? Am I going to be working here or not? Right. So that's part of his responsibility as the head of the whole company, to say, no, my strategy isn't get rid of you. Okay. Calm down. Right. So just keep that in mind, that, like, again, this is corporate speak. It happens all the time. Anytime there's a massive leadership change, you're going to get a corporate speak thing where it's going to be calm down. The waters are cool. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Right. That's what you're going to hear. Is that the truth? I have no idea, because I've heard enough times, read between the lines. You don't know, right? Anything can happen. Anything can happen, right? So if I'm taking this at face value, sounds great. If I'm taking this as somebody who's working there, I'd still be skeptical, because I have no idea until you tell me and you do it, right? You say one thing, but the action is what matters, right? In 6 months, if you still have, we're laying off 5,000 people. Well, that was bullshit. That didn't matter, did it? Right? So it really comes down to action, right? So we will see what all these words mean, right? It sounds great. On paper, it always sounds great. But I'm sure anybody who's worked in any corporation anywhere in the world, they say shit and then they do something else, right? Because ultimately, it's all down to how well the company is doing, and things will change at any time, right? So you just have to come down to reality of, like, He's talking to his employees, and he's trying to tell them, yes, I changed out the leader that you all wanted to work for, and don't panic. That's what that's supposed to be, right? Now, what can we glean from that? Well, some good stuff there, right? So there is a one item that I guess everybody's going to gloss over: fighting for your time, which is actually how they make money. Is you actually engaging with the platform or engaging with gaming itself, right? So, and that is a problem. People go on streaming video, watch those kind of things. People binge watch a television show that drops on Netflix or a different competing platform, right? That is what people spend time on, and they have to take you away from that. If they want to get money from you, you need to engage, right? So as a customer, as a consumer, they need to grow that market, and that market is kind of trending towards short form videos. And that is kind of, it's just, you can see it all the time. It's happening. People are on their phone like, oh, watch that one. Oh, that was cool. I'll watch that one. Oh, I'll watch that one. Right. That's what people do all the time. You do that on your, I watch more freaking YouTube videos and play games on my freaking console. It's just the way it goes. Right. And it's so this is the world they're in. And they're like, how do we switch that narrative? Because forget competing against PlayStation or Nintendo or Amazon or Google or Apple. None of that matters if there's no freaking audience to actually go after, right? So they have to fix it, and that is a very interesting line. And so I'm assuming they're looking at ways to do that. So, and as one of the big platforms that I think they're the biggest publisher now, right? So they have to find ways to say, how do we bring you back into gaming? What is it that we need to do to attract that customer that has that attention deficit, right? I need to go do something else immediately, right? How do you bring that in? And I'm sure they're going to work on methods to do that. So these are things that I think are interesting. We'll see how Asha takes that on. And there's also the potential of, hey, what do we do to bring enthusiasm back to the platform, right? And I think it was Dirt, you were mentioning, hey, it didn't work. Like the this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox. That really didn't resonate, right? To me, I don't care. All I want is games and Game Pass. I'm good. I'll buy your hardware. It's fine because I like that kind of.
What if they change Game Pass though? Hargee, what if Game Pass?
That's my problem, right? So for me, and this is a problem, right? For me, I am a Game Pass customer. I'm a perfect Game Pass because I play hundreds of games a year, right? That is not the average player. It's just not. Okay. So if you look at the metrics and say, hey, the average player, even on Xbox, plays like 5 games. And 3 of those games are Fortnite, Apex, and pick one of the other, whatever, free-to-play games, right? And then they maybe buy COD and maybe buy one other game, right? Okay, that person's not going to be better served with Game Pass because they're not going to play that many games, right? Yeah. So they have to look at that metric and say, well, what makes sense, right? Now, and I'm throwing myself under the bus because I'm the one who loves Game Pass. So I want Game Pass, but I also have to recognize that there are a lot of gamers out there. They don't do that. They don't play that many games, and they don't want that many games. They just want their games that they play on a platform that's fun to play on. That's it, right? And so they have to figure out the metrics from that. And that's a question for them to answer. How many people, they were thinking 100 million plus would subscribe to this thing. Well, there may not be that many gamers that want to play that many games. Yeah. That just may be a problem that you just can't fix, right? And it's not like you can just throw it at them and they'll just suddenly do that. They won't, right? They're like, I have this much time with my kids, this much time with my family, this much time with TV, this much time with gaming. And that gaming time I spend playing COD with my friends. Okay, that's fair. That's fine, right? Yep. And so if that's the case, they're not going to make you into a Game Pass player, right? So I don't know what the answer to that is. Because for me, where it is now is perfect. I like it. I would love it to be cheaper. And to me, I know what the release of cloud required them to increase the price. Fine. I don't want that. I think they should bundle that out and have that be its own little thing. Take that out of my Game Pass and have people pay for it if they want it. But they're going to bundle it in. Okay, fine. So that is the cost. That's the cost. If you bump that up more, it starts to become even more useless. So they have to keep it at this or bring it down. They have to bring Game Pass down in price. And they have to figure that out if they want it to be sustainable. Now, does that mean you maybe don't put COD in there? This was a discussion we had when they bought ABK. Will COD go into Game Pass? And I knew they were going to do it. But I'm like,
but only use it because of online deals.
Oops, I thought I had it paused.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because we have other ones too, right? And I don't know why I only did that one. But anyways, but yeah, so if they take COD out of Game Pass and say, you know what, COD players don't necessarily play a bunch of other games because they're COD players. So what's the value of putting it in Game Pass? I'm fine with that. I'm actually fine with that. Take COD out. Go make your billions there. I don't care. Keep my Game Pass the way it is and give me the rest of your games. That's what
Won't
I
they
want.
take out all day one games though?
No,
Right.
I want the day one games. I want the day one games. I've paid I haven't paid $30 to be fair, but I paid for Ultimate. And so I want the day one games, and I want the play anywhere between PC and console and console. So those features I like what they were doing there. However, I have to totally recognize that the console core player doesn't care about the PC games. The console core player doesn't care about putting games on other platforms or that you can play it on cloud. They want to have a console that has its own tribal whatever, right? And if you're taking that away from them, it's going to be less appealing. Now, is that a good or bad thing? I don't know. From an industry perspective, I hate the idea of taking things away from people. I think it's better to allow people to access it wherever they want to. That's great. However, I also understand that the console player needs to have some level of reason to be there. And if that is going to be a problem, then they have to figure out how to answer to that. And that's Asha's job now, to go figure out what is the pattern that's going to work. How are we going to attract customers to this platform to say, this is the place you want to play over a Switch or a PlayStation? They're not going to go against PC because that's their own platform, right? So they're going to be happy to have you on PC. And people tend to forget that fact is, that Windows is the dominant PC platform. And therefore, when they're throwing you on PC, they're just putting you on their other platform, right? It's not like it's going away from them. It's still there. And then people bring up, like, they could buy it on the Epic or Steam store or something. I don't care. They're still playing games that are made for your platform on your platform, right? So because you have multiple other stores, it doesn't necessarily matter. Just think of it this way: like if you get if you finally get the Epic Game Store on Apple or Android, if you get that game, is it still not an Android or Apple game? Of course it is. But it's just gotten by a different store. You're still just accessing something through a different payment method, but you're still playing it on an Android device or an Apple device, right? So it's their system. But that's what Windows is. It's an open system. It's great for Microsoft because you're still making games using their system, their code, their development process, and it's available to them, right? So that's how it goes. And then it can be put on any store. And sometimes they'll make money. Sometimes they'll just get metrics, and that makes them money, right? Sometimes they'll get other engagements, which will make them money. They also sold you a piece of hardware, which makes them money, right? You bought Windows. Who cares, man, who makes the actual hardware? You bought Windows, so therefore they're getting money, right? You might go subscribe to Office. That will make them money. So they're happy with that, right? So I have plenty of opportunity to monetize you once you're on their platform. But putting that aside, as far as like the whole, like, where are we on the messaging from from Asha and from now Satya, I would very much take everything with a grain of salt right now, because all of this is to quell the inside and quell the market world out there of publishers putting games on there. We're not going anywhere. We're still here. Please keep making stuff for us. Oh, all the employees, don't leave. Like, we're still doing this stuff, right? That's really what they're doing. They have to do that, right? If they have official things for us to hear and tell us, we'll get that, right? And maybe hopefully this coming week, we will get some official stuff, because they have GDC happening. They will be telling us what they're planning to do. But we'll see what that looks like. But I take all of this with a grain of salt, because there's always corporate speak when it comes to these kind of things. And have we not heard these kind of things before? Have we not heard all these kind of things from Satya before? Let us have competition. Well, what does competition mean? So we have to be careful to take anything out of this outside of, he's a corporate guy telling his employees how to just calm down.
So if this is about competition, let us have competition.
Literally.
Put gears on PlayStation.
Oh man. But you know what?
Now we have PS6 rumors. Ponies are scared of Helix. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Very true. And it's paused.
Yeah, I don't know if
it's paused.
Yeah, so maybe it went over a buffer or something. I don't get it. You go back and unpause it now. Let's
let me say something.
Yes, sir.
Admit he's saying some stuff. Like, imagine if we talked about Netflix like this, removing content because it's bad for Netflix. Netflix has 200 and then 300 million subscribers, bro.
Yeah,
it's a totally different ball game between Netflix and Game Pass, bro. I'll talk to you about it one of these days.
You know what? You know what, Dirt? Because I done heard a couple of people saying. I think you even said it about what if they take day one away from Game Pass. First of all, I'll be mad, but I think it's a middle ground for that, right? Like because I like you can do tiers, like you can have a day one tier, like they had that with a lot
50. Of they have.
You stop.
$50 a month.
They have it. That's Ultimate. Ultimate is the game. It's a day one tier, right? Yeah. So you have Premium, which is the one-ish year later, and then was it Essentials Core, whatever the bottom tier is, which does not get all of them, right? So
yeah,
but they literally have that. Right? That's literally what they have.
You know what? They gotta do it. Hey, I'm I'm be a little bit critical. They gotta do a better thing of naming them this Game Pass tiers. Because when you say Premium, you think that's the top tier.
You think that's the top one, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, they gotta fix that. I don't know who was asleep at the wheel on that one, but they didn't need to name all of the way they named it. But and it was another thing we talked about this a while ago, Dirt. With that was a big jump. Like usually it's like $5, $2 or something like that. They went a whole $15. They just said, you know what, forget it. Let's rip that Band-Aid off and let's charge them $30. They went from $15 to $30. So that was for them to
same convention, Series 10 5th gen.
Oh, all right. I got you. I don't know why I said that. We'll go start that.
It happens to me all the time, actually. So I'm totally used to that. But yeah, for them to say, hey, we're gonna make y'all charge y'all 30, but then take away day and date. We got they already have.
If they take away day and date, it can't be 30 anymore, bro.
I know. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to. They can do what you say and keep a tier that has day and date. Like, so I see why they would take it away if they bring exclusives back, but I've seen a lot of people doing that same thing of how to say it, do one or the other. Like you only can have one. You can y'all a $3 trillion company.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can figure it out. Y'all gonna get y'all. Hey, one thing we all know, Microsoft gonna get their money regardless. They didn't become rich by giving money away. They gonna get their money. They gonna get money. They gonna get their money regardless.
And one thing to say,
Rare Xbox, stick up for yourself.
Oh my God, not the pipes.
Oh, got the pipes. Anyway, but one thing to say on that is that there's a lot of people that have opinions about this, and it's like we're just gonna have to try and just kind of balance it. It's a balance. Hargeet, I'll let you read that comment.
Yeah. So to the question, yes, I did. This is off topic. Just popped in my head. Did you ever actually sell that 30th anniversary PS5 bundle? Yes, I did.
And you made a little bit of a profit, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Wasn't as much as I was hoping, but it was something.
It's all right. I mean, we didn't know things were going to happen when it did, so that is definitely understandable. All right, we have over 530 people watching us live right now on YouTube and on X. Thank you all so much for watching us and being here. And if you're not watching us live, you're listening later on the audio version or replaying the video later, which we appreciate that greatly. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. We would definitely appreciate that as well. And this is also going out an audio version. As soon as this show is over, it'll upload to iTunes and to iHeartRadio. So yeah, we have a radio program. So check that out. So if you want to listen to on the go. And so yeah, we do appreciate each and everybody that's here. There's a lot of people in chat, so many people. I'm going to try, Hargeet, and I'm going to hit pause or unpause and just see what does play, if anything, since we did get a few, but there's actually a few that we didn't. We had more gifted memberships. Lord Starkiller gifted another 20 memberships and stuff too. So we'll kind of go through all that.
Hey, Dave. Dang it, I just forgot. Never mind. Keep going.
Let me say something quick. Hey, yo, proper hater.
From celebrates 8 months of membership.
Shout out to Razor.
Shout out to Razor Ultron. Hey, yo, proper hater. Maybe Colt heard something,
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
What he's saying in the chat. Maybe he's heard something.
Yeah. We do have a poll. Too.
Okay, I remember what I was about to say. Hey,
Go ahead.
if any year that Game Pass was gonna be worth $30, this probably would be the year. You got all your big hitters, including Call of Duty. So you got at least 5. So and it's 4 quarters. So yeah, if it was gonna be a year for it to be 30, it would be the year.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, and Lord Starkiller gifts 20 WebDave memberships, and I think we did all of the
Shout
other
out
ones.
to
I
Lord
think we got
Starkiller.
played.
Out.
Let me hit the play button.
We did
Let's see
that
what plays
one.
real quick, and then we can go back and read the ones that don't play. Let's see what happens. It's kind of a crapshoot, but I do like TTS. It's fun, and it may take a second for it to load up. And if it doesn't go,
No, I think it already read what it was going to read.
Yeah, I think it already done.
Yeah. So we have
you
this
can
one.
you can if you download ground control, it'll you can play them when you want to after you pause.
I didn't know that. We'll talk after, Ray. We'll talk after. Get some insight from me on that one.
All right. Well, David Easy, $2 dirt, can't stay long. Forest fires are unpredictable. All right.
Show some respect.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we really talked about this one either, but games Beyond Walls. $5 positive Xbox news drops. Cue the pony-fueled anonymous Doom rumors. Happens every single time. The Xbox is dead grift is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I'll give you the number of days. I don't know if it'll show up. Number of days since another Xbox is dead report.
Yeah, let me bring it up. There you go.
There you go. That's gonna stay on 0, man. I can't see.
Oh yeah, it's just the way it is, right? It's horrible.
Hey, Dirt, wait, hey, Hargee, wait till this Wednesday, and they don't usually put the GDC stuff, the videos out to like April, right? Wait, when they start hearing Paris or whoever talk about whoever was there, wait till they flip whatever they saying to something negative.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% gonna happen. It's 100% gonna happen.
Of course. We have Dell with I love GPU, but only use it because of online deals. Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. And then Freddie Fox. Now we have PlayStation 6 rumors. Ponies are scared of Helix. Yeah. There's that. Connor Artistic. Maybe keep name convention Series X 5th Gen. We'll see what they call it. I don't know. I think Dirt, you were saying they're going to get rid of that series name.
Yeah.
I think they want to run away from whatever they have now.
Yeah, they're going to run away from that series name, bro.
But it's nothing wrong with the series. Like we talked about this. There's nothing actually wrong with the consoles at all.
No, like not the consoles, but bro. But you got to realize.
You talking about Stigma, right?
Yeah, Stigma.
Yeah, exactly.
The Xbox One, it was legitimately something wrong with the consoles at first. Even the 360, you want to go back to the Red Ring of Death, it was literally something wrong with the console. We didn't have we didn't have really a smooth time with the Xbox series, but I understand the naming thing. They messed up with the naming thing when the 360 happened. That's when they messed up with the name, when they haven't recovered.
Well, you also got to realize, like we've been talking about this show exactly about the new regime, as far as Asha, Sharma. So we just mentioned how Satya is saying, they're like, what's the word? Like Jed said, re-energize.
Yep, re-energize.
So they want to try to, like the series. Yeah, I think that's going to be, because I'm gonna be real. We talked about this the other day on Shaun show TTS. People compare, like we were comparing the beginning of the Xbox One, or when Phil became the head of Xbox in 2014, the perception of the brand at that time as compared to when Sasha became the head of Xbox, the perception of the brand. So there were people saying it was worse with Phil, because of the Xbox One debacle. There's some people saying it was worse with Asha because the perception of the brand is pretty bad with, what's been going on. Excuse me, no exclusives. Nobody gives a damn about the console. Costco pulling the console from there, So, excuse me, there's a lot of people, the perception of Xbox. So I'm thinking the series name now, they're gonna get rid of that shit.
I think
get rid of the series name.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving forward, and with you just saying that we have a poll in the chat which anybody can participate in if you're on YouTube. So log on, check. We've already had 183 people voted already, and these are just 4 choices we just threw up of like what should the name of the new Xbox be, and it could be something totally different. If you have something totally different you think is cool as hell, put it in the chat and we'll read it out for sure. But so here's the choices, and I'll give you what they're ranked at as of right now. So Xbox Next, 17%.
Okay.
Xbox Evolution, 19%. Xbox Fusion, which I know that was I think I guess Infinite Umbra and Mr. Boomstick. I really like that one. And then the Xbox Game Station. Well, you know, the only reason I like that one, and of course not to say that particular one.
Seeing Satya said listening to player/user feedback after Jez Corden had the interview and put up the poll about exclusives is interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Or buy Xbox Infinity.
Something.
But that's what I was gonna suggest is they have this Helix name and they show basically like it's a Helix, but also an infinity symbol, right?
Yeah.
Xbox Infinite or Xbox Infinity or something like that might actually be kind of cool.
Yeah. But does Infinite have a stigmatism?
Great mind think alike. Great mind think alike, Hargeet.
That's the only thing I think of. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You guys all think like me, so appreciate that. But I'm just kidding. So basically the new system is, if they've said it plain as day, it is a Xbox console which will play your Xbox games and your PC games, which has really never been done before to bring them together. And from what we're understanding, some rumors, which hopefully we'll get more clarification by the end of the week, is that with this new chip, is that they're not just like, they have backwards compatibility program, which did great for a while, but then ran into some issues with some licensing and things, some things that just couldn't be done. There's also a rumor that there may be if not a built-in hard drive, because hard drives are like $30, right, Hargeet? They're pretty cheap to put in the system. As far as the actual just cost of a hard drive, it's not very.
You're talking disk drive, right? You mean the Blu-ray disk drive? Okay, gotcha.
Disk drive. I apologize. Yes, Blu-ray disk drives are inexpensive. Yeah. Not hard drive. That was my bad. Sorry, long day. But yeah. So yes, the Blu-ray, or if they did an add-on, you know, like for $100.
I think they should do an add-on.
I think they should do an add-on too.
Yeah. I'm with y'all. Add-on.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will not buy it because they don't need it. Most people are digital these days.
PlayStation to the naming convention.
That's
Xbox 6. Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah. The first,
but you don't want to have them have to pay for it, right? For people who don't want it, let them buy it without it. And if, like, I would go get the disk drive. That's fine, but that's fine. It'd be an additional
if you want it, right?
Whatever. Yeah. That's fine. I will pay.
I have never put a game inside my Series X.
Pause.
Me either.
I don't even know does it work.
Pause.
God damn it.
Hey, Ray, I said the story. I did put a game in, but it didn't work right. But really, the first disc that worked was a Fight Club DVD. I put in there like a couple weeks ago because I wanted to watch the movie. I've been full digital since 2017. So I agree with what you said. Have the option for people that want to buy a disc drive, because going back to the Xbox One generation, what was the thing most people said about the Kinect? You're making me pay for it and I don't want it.
Right.
They should have made it separate. You know, you're making me pay for something I don't want. So if you don't want a disc drive, the basic console comes without one. But if you want one, here for an additional price. If you want to pay for it, there you go. So that's definitely, I agree.
Okay. Ray, do you have something else you want to say?
No, it's just I'm with those guys. Like it shouldn't, at this point, we have almost went to complete digital.
Yeah.
I know the people who complain about, I got a quick story. I was at my mom's house for the show, right? Mm-hmm. I told the story how she sold one of my old dressers, really my brother's dresser, but he had my Nintendo 64 and a whole bunch of our old games from the 64 to the Xbox 360 in that dresser. She didn't take none of that out. She just gave it to Goodwill. So my room been kind of occupied by my cousin for a while. He's finally gone. So I was in there today and I was looking in the closet, right? I found Sega Genesis Streets of Rage 2. I found WCW Mayhem today. I found that the Killer Instinct N60 not N64 Nintendo Super Nintendo version. I'm sitting here like, hey yo, this been there the whole time. I found game guides for Saints Row 2, UFC. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, where's this all this stuff coming from? Like, I bought all this stuff. I'm like, oh man, I got a whole bunch of stuff in the car now that I got to get out. That has all this things in there now. But since to say, I forgot that I bought the stuff. Yeah. so it for the Scream collectors, yeah, sell some of that stuff. But if you want a disc drive, go buy it separately and let them make the disc, because like nobody's going to the store right now to buy a CD or an album or something, or long as you collectors. That's not happening right now.
Right.
At the end of the day, just sell it separate.
The broke boy agreed. Keeping it simple, Xbox 5 or 6.
That could be for sure. Let me finish my point real quick. In that, I've heard a rumor, and we'll find out more. Hopefully, a lot more coming up this week. But with that said, what format has every Microsoft Xbox game been in? It's been in CD or DVD or disc form, correct? There is no cartridges. It's all disc.
Right.
So if you have a disc drive that you can add on, that's an add-on that can play them, right? And I assume if it's going to do that, it's a very small licensing fee now for the corporation to add to be able to the ability to play DVD movies through it as well too, if you wanted to have that option available for people that still have them, or music CDs, things like that. Those are things that you could just do. Because I remember back in the old day, Dirt, you used to be able to rip your music and put it on there and play your old music to your.
It was great. Yeah, the ass fire.
That was awesome. I used to do that shit all the time, man. Play some fucking heavy metal shit.
Hey Dave, do you remember the rumor when Xbox One came out, when they had all the stuff, the DRM stuff in there, that you'll be able to rip your games and you'll be able to what was it? You could sell your games to the GameStop, but you wouldn't need the disc and everything. It would be like a key or something.
Oh, I remember the rumor, but that never happened.
It never happened because of the DRM stuff. But and you remember the game that you could trade your games between your people, sell them to other people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they supposed to be like a whole ecosystem like that, but that never happened. Maybe we have something like that come back. But without
so getting to what I've heard is that this new chip has the ability to basically, and I use the word emulation loosely, all of the past systems that have been made by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So in other words, the whole thing about this is a console. The new console could actually be all your consoles in one. Meaning,
that's basically what we have today, right? The Series console does the same thing,
but
so
no,
you run all your.
There's limitations. There's stuff that's not backwards compatible. There's stuff that doesn't play because of this and that.
Essentially, what you're going to have with the future, it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be nothing different.
But in the future, it should be able to play everything, even stuff that wasn't able to be played before, as long as you have a disc version of it.
Well, so there's one game that's like that today, right? And it was a licensing issue. There's no limitation as far as what you have today. So Xbox One could play everything previous. It was all licensing, and the same thing with Xbox Series. It can play Xbox One games and everything previous.
Okay,
it's just a question of licensing. The most of what they do, the only one they had to emulate really was the 360, because the 360 had a totally different underlying architecture, right? But as far as the rest of it, it all runs x86 code, so it just runs it. There's also a root of trust as far as how you lock down the game with DRM, and that happened on all of them, right? Every one of them had that capability. So all that has been managed within
call it Xbox 720 finally, or Xbox 1080i.
I don't know about the 1080. But
I'm talking about Dirt's TV.
He tried to roast me at 1080i. I got no damn 1080i TV.
Yeah, so
it's 4K.
Anything special here? It's going to be an x86 based device that will have the hardware lockdowns needed as far as the encryption capability to allow you to play or decrypt any one of those old games. So it'll just work the same way. I wouldn't expect it to have anything more. However, they did just buy a massive set of publishers called ABK.
They did,
and that any licensing headaches they've had with them should now be lifted, right? There's no reason for them to have those limitations anymore. It's them. They can certainly say, yes, we allow our own games. So anything that they've done there. Another thing they haven't done, by the way, they haven't brought the ABK library to Game Pass.
They haven't.
Theoretically, right? All the
I forgot about that. It's totally honest.
They
so
haven't.
Where's the ABK library? You're like, bring it, right? So Asha, if you're listening, it's time to get those ABK games into our Game Pass.
Because think about all the cards are backwards compatible, but only a handful is in Game Pass.
Yeah,
is it a license issue? Like you talking about license? Is it a license?
I know now. Call of Duty. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like music. Well, music. Like sometimes we have Forzas.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
music and stuff like that.
Music issue.
Or cars, certain car licenses.
And cars, actors in there that maybe they.
That's true.
So I wonder, is that a thing?
I don't
know. I mean, but I know every Call of Duty game ever made from the Xbox, well, from Part 2, the whole library from Call of Duty 2, launch game from Xbox 360 to now, it's backwards compatible. You can play it on your Xbox Series X and S, and I don't know exactly. And they sell them. They sell all of them still. So all of the rest of ABK games, but I don't know why it's only a handful that's in Game Pass though. I think like maybe 2 or 3 of them is Game Pass. Like besides the last few that dropped day one. I don't know. Yeah, you would think, but I see what WebDave's saying. So this chip is supposed to, you're supposed to be able to emulate every game. I know what you're saying too, Hargeet, that you kind of have that ability to do it now, but it's a licensing issue. But what I think Dave is saying is that if you have the disc, because you can just flat out play it, where now if you have the disc but it's not backwards compatible, you can't play it though.
Correct.
That's what you're saying, right, Dave?
That's still going to be the case because they can't override the fact that the license agreement was for that specific hardware.
So you're saying it's still going to be the case? Okay.
It's still going to be the case. There's no way around that. So unless they go and get a new deal with that publisher, a lot of the cases where they couldn't get those license agreements, the publisher doesn't exist, or the developer doesn't exist. And it's like, well, what do you do with that, right? So it's in limbo. And unless somebody had bought those rights, then they could negotiate with them. There's others where it's flat out they just won't do it. That's a possibility. I think ABK was doing that in some of their games, but a lot of this was now available. The other one might be like you're saying, there are sub licensing agreements, right? The game had music or video content from somebody else, and that doesn't allow them to continue that path because the game never acquired the license to continue selling that game itself, right? So then it's like, okay, fine, we can't do anything with it. So it all comes down to these kind of legalities.
Hey, Fossil. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Can you put up Fossils after this one because
Yeah, you got it. So read that one real quick, Hargeet, because that's I think that's right on the money on that one.
Yeah, so Jet Set Radio Future being one of the licensing issues because of the soundtrack. Yeah, and it's because they can't get the licensing for the music, so therefore the game cannot be available. So
just like the early Forza game, like Forza, one of the first Horizon.
Yeah,
games.
which sucks, right?
Yeah, I was able to buy it before they pulled it.
If
you still had a digital copy, you should be all right though, right?
Oh yeah. It's still there. I got all the Forzas digital. Yeah.
All right. Who was it that you wanted to put up?
Possible 924. When he said something about Splinter Cell, it's 2 under the one you have highlighted now. It's 2.
Yeah, 739.
Yeah, that one.
There we go. Thank
you. I wish the Splinter Cell was playable. Most of the others are playable. I'm pretty sure every Splinter Cell game ever made is BC. Because I have all of them, right? All of the ones on the original Xbox, and all of them got like a 4K resolution boost. Also, there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them are playable. The ones from the original Xbox, the original Splinter Cell, Cast Theory, Pandora Tomorrow. Then you get to the 360. You got I can't think of the damn game, like the one with the 2 double agent. Like the one that was Xbox 360 exclusive. Why I'm drawing a blank.
Blacklist. Was it Blacklist?
No. That was the last one they ever made. What's the one that was the Xbox 360 exclusive? Come on, y'all, help me out. It was literally Xbox 360 exclusive.
I'm trying to think.
Conviction. Thank you, Eternity. Conviction. All that shit is on Xbox backwards compatible, and I believe you can still buy them also. So yeah. So yeah, Fossil, they're all. I'll say 2 games in the store you can't buy the OG one. Really? They took because I bought it
I've got
a couple years ago on
got
Xbox. On the Xbox store.
Yep, Splinter Cell
Yeah.
original. Yeah, with
I
the
bought all of them, bro, and like, it was a sale. They were all like super cheap. I bought them all at once. So
have you played that one?
They did list, huh?
Have you played the original?
Yeah, I finished every single last one. I mean, I never finished Blacklist though.
You play it today, the original one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, it is rough because I played it not so long ago. It is rough.
Hey,
It was evolutionary.
Can we do a thing? Can we save Ubisoft? Because it seems like they keep stumbling. Like when you think they kind of they're on solid ground, you turn around, they get some more bad information.
Yeah,
didn't they get bought out by somebody? I thought they got
They got money, but I don't know if they get totally bought out, did they?
Yeah, I don't think it was a full acquisition, but
Wasn't it Tencent or was it Abu Dhabi?
It was one of them damn companies.
Yeah, Tencent's in their own little bit of a little bit of trouble right now. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Oh man,
because the Tencent company, that is was it a China-owned company, and they have a lot of things that they do in the background when you play their games that some people are calling out, and certain administrations are looking into that. We'll just see what happens. But there's a possibility that some of those assets may have to go up for sale if they want to continue to operate in America.
Hey, Microsoft.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to close out this poll. I thought it was a good one. And so far, it looks like the leader in that. And my thinking behind the game station, which obviously it's not, there's got to be a better name for that. But the original, the PlayStation, when it came out, is because that's where you played all your games. And to this day, Sony's PlayStation is one of the number one top recognizable brands when you think of gaming. That's one of the reasons why they are, quote unquote, the leader in console sales, because people know that brand and they just automatically associate it with gaming. Oh, a PlayStation. Is it on PlayStation? Is it PlayStation? Yeah. PlayStation. You go into stores, it's like PlayStation. It's basically they've been mind fucked into thinking it's the best, but it's not. But that's okay. We'll let them go. I'm sorry. Was that out loud? I'm sorry. I get a little salty sometimes, guys. I can't help myself. Look, I've got a system, but I prefer the Xbox ecosystem because it's just so much better for me.
Yeah, it is, man. My PlayStation just sitting there. Oh, I still got a controller sitting right here because this is dirty, dusty. This was sitting here.
I remember that. Yeah. Sean's like, throw it, dirt, throw it.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna throw it now, but yeah, it's just been sitting here because, like I said, a Wolverine interests me. That's about it.
Yeah, and Sean's made money.
Only because of the actual character. I really like the character. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, exactly. But the only thing about, and people talk about, it's big tentpole titles and blah 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 and all this, and they're the exclusive. You can't get the exclusive. They have 2 exclusive titles if they do lock this down, which I don't necessarily believe that that's true. I think a lot of this is kind of made up in ponies' heads, wishful thinking, just trying to put some more negative.
I think it's true, Dave. I think it's too personal.
You think so? Well, it could be. But if it is, Dirt, that's 2 games you can't play on your console right now. Just 2. Just
you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think it's true because I think PlayStation is really
bitter.
No, I like some people say petty, but I think they 100% still believe in selling consoles. That's their main goal, and that's what it should be, right? They want to sell consoles. But the only thing I think that might eventually hurt them, people aren't buying those exclusive games in the same way they did last generation, right? What I mean by that, of course, you're still going to get some games sell well, but what's happening is this damn live service thing is like people are buying PS5s just to play the regular games, bro. Like those casual games, the ones I'm talking about, COD, Fortnite, the sports titles. And with last generation, before, remember the live service push really started towards the latter end of last generation. The beginning of the generation, it was still the traditional, you'll buy your exclusives, we buy the single player games. You'll hear stuff like, God of War selling 3 million in 3 days back then. You don't hear that as much with PlayStation first party games. You'll still hear, with like a Resident Evil, which is pretty good, 5 million in 5 days. That's pretty awesome. But that game is a multi-platinum, it's everywhere, right? It's PC, it's Xbox, it's PlayStation. So I think a game like Wolverine would sell
Emulation team's already hard at work on PS5.
Yeah, they cracked that code. These are out there now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Of course, there are some games that's going to sell well still, but I just think that they never gave PC a real shot, like a fair chance, because they never released the games day one. So you release Spider-Man 2 years later and think it's going to sell? You know, come on, I mean, come on, bro. It's not. It's not. I mean, so I think they say, you know, like maybe their games didn't make as much money as they expected, but I also think it's because, you know, other platforms can play their games next generation. I really feel that way. And until somebody say something different, until the PlayStation executive say, "Oh no, that's not the reason," I'm going to believe that.
Yeah, and Dirt, I think you've actually called this out on your show before. That, like, you know, today's or the gamer of the past, you, me, Ray, Hargeet, we've been playing games a long damn time, especially me. I'm damn dude. I'm 60 years old. I'm an old fucker, but I'll tell you this: I've been playing games since the Atari, and actually before then, there was a few of the little crappy little things that they stuck out. There was Sears and Roebuck. My dad used to buy because he thought, I'm serious, man. That was back. That used to be a thing. Sears and Roebuck. So anyway.
I remember Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah. So, but it's like those, you know, those days with all those, you know, the old games and stuff, you know, but today's mindset interests you. Oh, it's console this, and I get the newest PlayStation, I get the newest Xbox, or this new Xbox thing. That's crazy. It's awesome. I want to get this thing. But now it's like, you know,
Sony still pays to keep games off Game Pass #Segrid.
They do.
And Xbox, not just Game Pass. They still pay to keep games off of Xbox.
Yes, so they won't come to them. Yeah, exactly, or limit them for sure. But they, but the point I was going to make is that the kids today, like when we were kids, wow, man, sit in front of that TV, play games, get home from school, woohoo! You know, mom, you know, I can do my chores, I can play my games, that kind of stuff. And it was like now it's like, you know, like just grab a tablet, grab your phone, grab a, you know, on your PC, on the refrigerator, even with the fucking screen, you can fucking play your games and shit. So it's like, it's everywhere. The whole mindset is different. And, you know, my wife, when I got home, she's like, you know, fix us some dinner, which I thought was nice of her. You know, she starts supper. When she sits down and she's on her phone playing games. You know, I remember a time when me and my son were playing games, and she'd have supper ready, and she'd yell into us, you know, supper's ready. We'll be there in just a minute. You know, we got to get to a place where we can say, you know, it's just a stupid game. I can't believe blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, honey, what are you doing on your phone? I'm playing a game. But honey, it's just a stupid. Shut up, I'm playing. Okay, you want to eat? Yep. Then I'll be quiet. You go ahead and play your game, honey. I'll get to supper whenever you're ready. Nice as now, but you know, so things change. The whole industry is changing, and I think out of all the companies out there, I think, and it's my personal opinion. Yes, I'm going to give my opinion. Microsoft is the company now that has been looking at the future and has been looking at where the trends are, listening to people, especially now. Not only are they a hardware maker, but now that they're like the biggest company in, you know, and putting out games on other platforms, so they have a direct interest in finding out what games sell over here on the PlayStation, because we put games on the PlayStation, we put games on the Nintendo, we put games on the PC, we put games in Epic and Steam. So they want to know what the trends are, what the audiences are, what people are doing. And they're adapting their business model to that. Sony, the only thing that they have, let's be real, until they get their own personal PC store, Hargeet, the only thing they really have is their console. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, and they can sell their games, right? They can sell their games elsewhere, and that also gives them money, right? But look, I think as a consumer electronics company, Sony wants to continue to sell their hardware. We will see how far that goes. It's not like it's growing a customer base. So the idea of taking away the PC exclusives for the one game a year they do, I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, to me, it sounds like a bad financial decision, but again, they have to figure out their metrics and see what makes sense to them, right? So Will they sell fewer PlayStation 6s? Again, I don't know. And it all comes down to, will the market shift based on what the market is? And if more people in our age groups buy consoles and the youngers don't, well, that's a problem for them. They have to figure out how to address that market. And they're thinking the answer is exclusivity. But I think that's baloney. I think the majority of players that play on even consoles today are playing like the Fortnites and Call of Duties and Apexes much more than they play anything else. If they were buying the exclusives, then you would see a very high attach rate. You see that with Nintendo, by the way. You see very high attach rate, right? But you don't see that with the others, including
I have enjoyed
Call
the
of Duty.
Xbox ROG Ally and excited for the next gen Xbox Helix console that will also play PC games. Best of both worlds. MS/Xbox now united.
Yeah.
Xbox Unite.
Yeah, so outside of the big games that Microsoft does own, and that is a boon to them, right? They own Minecraft, they own Call of Duty, Overwatch, things like that. They have some big games. Outside of that, even their exclusives, they don't, whatever, they don't normally sell that well. It's not a heavy attach rate. It just is what it is. A lot of people are playing, even if you had Xbox before they bought ABK, they were just playing COD. That was a big draw for Xbox. It was just COD. So it is what it is. I don't understand what their mindset is, that maybe that makes the attraction to PlayStation happen. I think what attracts people to PlayStation is the name PlayStation. I think that's it. That people just know PlayStation. To me, it's I keep saying it's McDonald's. People just know the name, so they just go there because they know the name. That's it. I don't know that it's anything more than that. If you ask an average PlayStation player, not the ones that are out here talking about it, but an average PlayStation player that buys it, we got a new super
PS user base not growing, just shift from PS4 to PS5.
Yeah. If they actually know why they chose PlayStation, my friends were playing on it. I just remember playing on the PS3 or 2 or whatever, and I bought the 5, right? That's what you're gonna get. It's not because it's better, because it's the market leader.
About Sony selling their TV brand, the TCL #radio silence man shrugging emoji.
We've done it. We've talked about it. We can get into it.
We've talked about it. But yeah, so I don't know that it matters to them, and I think they'll, if a PlayStation 6 shows up, as long as there's a Call of Duty or an Apex or something like that comes out and says, I will only be available on this generation console, they will go. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's going to be because their one game a year is exclusive to that platform. If that were the case, Astrobot, which is exclusive, it was a game of the year, sold like 1 million, 2 million copies. Like, what's the attach rate there when you have 90 million of them out there?
1%, 2%, Hargeet?
It's nothing. It's just nothing. And it's like, if you're really telling me that was the reason people went to PlayStation, then it failed miserably. So I don't know. We will see how this works out. I don't know if it's a good idea. It seems like the numbers about like $300 million they're giving up every year. Okay, if you think that's a good idea to give up that much money, fine. I mean, I would think as a shareholder, and I am a shareholder, that I would rather you just make the money. But I don't know. Like that's you'll have to sell that. You'll have to make the argument to your shareholders as to why you think it's a good idea to leave money on the table when it's just extra money going to the bank. You can just easily keep doing this. But I don't know, like this idea of pulling back, and it seems to me much more, and I think you were saying it, Dirt, it's petty. I think they just don't want Steam Machine. They don't want Helix to have their games. That's it. I think that's it. Right. But maybe people think it's something else. I don't know that I buy it. I think it's just simply they didn't want that the optics of having their premier games on their competitor's platform. I think that's it. That's what's driving it. Disappointing, but whatever. If that's where they want to go, that's where they want to go. But again, it's a very small number of games because they're still doing all of their second party, third party, whatever you want to call it, wherever they're locking down those games are still coming to PC.
Yeah.
All
the
their
live service
multiplayer
games.
The live service, all multiplayer games, they're coming to PC. So this is very limited to like the one game a year. Granted, this year will be 2 of them with Wolverine and Saros, but they're one game a year. And it's like, okay, if that's what you think that's going to make the huge delta and difference here, okay. They've relented on the multiplayer because they know that they don't have the console that's going to drive those. They need to have PC. In fact, they should also do Xbox, because there happens to be an association of multiplayer games with Xbox gamers that, you know, it's a good idea to do that, right? So Marathon is obviously coming everywhere. They already had that pre-locked in anyway, but they put Helldivers onto Xbox, and it was a fantastic success for them.
Yeah.
So they know that that's the kind of game they should be putting on Xbox. And so they'll see that. And again, if it goes to Helix, it won't matter. It'll be good for them. Ultimately, it'll be good for them because it'll drive the adoption of the game up. That's what they want to see, right? So, but okay, if they want to take these one or two, like how many games have they had that are really that exclusive? They've already done a bunch that are on PC already. Going forward, we don't have that much coming up, but whatever they do have, fair enough, it'll be locked, right? That's what they're thinking anyway.
Yeah. All
So-
right, Dirt, let's get your opinion real quick. Sorry, Ray, we'll get Dirt mindset real quick, and then we'll get to you next. I promise. Go ahead, Dirt. What were you thinking?
Well, you know, like I was saying, they're focused on selling consoles. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was petty that they're doing it. I still feel they're doing it because of the Xbox and like the Project Helix and Steam machine. Because I just feel PlayStation feels, you know, one thing putting it on a PC where you're playing at a desk, looking at a monitor with a keyboard and mouse. There's another thing playing their games on the TV, sitting on your sofa with a controller in your hand. That's the console experience. They don't want people playing the console experience, playing their games on a console experience that's not PlayStation. It is what it is, man. They like, no, we ain't doing that. And you know for a fact that PC thing was something they were doing. They bought Nixus just to port their games to PC, right?
Yep.
They were putting literally every game on PC, but all of a sudden they canceled the Ghost of Yote port. They canceled Sorrows going to PC because it's a reason. And I don't think it's just the PC ports wasn't as lucrative as they wanted it to be. I think it's more to it. But at the same time, I understand them saying, yo, we're still trying to sell our consoles. We need to sell our consoles, and we see the value in our console. So I get it. You know, I understand what they're doing. I'm not hating on it. I'm really not. But could it come back and bite them in the ass?
Oh, yes.
That's the question. That's the question, especially like you said, when they don't have a ton of games coming out, especially single player games. They got Sorrows, Wolverine this year, next year, Intergalactic, and the rumored Corey Brawlard game. So that's 4 games.
But not all in 1 year.
Yeah, no, not all 1 year. So we'll see what happens, man. But you know,
I don't know. It's interesting times we living in, Dirt. Ray, your thoughts?
I'm gonna go back to one of those things that y'all was saying earlier about what people are actually playing right now. My son, he's 6 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't care where he plays Roblox. He be on the steps. He be in the bathroom. He be in the
Joey 10 toes down, Ray pipe down.
Somebody mute Dayrees and give him 10 minutes of a band time. But he doesn't care. Like, he'll be in the car. He doesn't care where he plays his Roblox. That's his game. He gonna play it anywhere he wants to play it. He has a Series X. Both of my kids have Series X. They do not care. As long as they're able to play it on their tablet or in their room, wherever they can play it, they're gonna play it. And so that's kind of where Xbox was looking to meet the players where they are at one time, right? Where we at now, we don't know what they're gonna have. But like Dirt said, PlayStation, they are petty, right? But that's where they run business. They've been doing that since the Dirt. They've been doing that since the PlayStation 1. Sega and Nintendo still pissed off at PlayStation right now.
Mm-hmm.
right?
To this day. To this day, they still pissed off at PlayStation. Because PlayStation was grimy, Sony was grimy back then. So, because I think, if I remember right, Sony was supposed to be making the Nintendo disc drive or this console at one time, and then somehow they broke up, and they've been beefing ever since. So, Sony is known to money hack. They did it a lot. I think they did a lot more in the Xbox One generation than they did basically any other generation. Because it was a lot of games. We just started noticing like, dang, you gonna come over here? Oh, y'all got the marketing for that too? You know what's going on? And that's the one thing I get on Phil about, right? The Kumbaya thing that he didn't want, because he came out and said he didn't want a money hat games, right? He came out and said that he, and that's I forgot who I heard say it, and I agree. Phil was trying to be more about the industry, right? He wanted the industry to grow. He wanted Xbox to grow too, but he was more worried about if I do this, it might hurt the industry.
Yeah. PlayStation don't give a damn.
They don't care. They about number one. They about self.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get Matt Booty, because Asha is the head, whatever, right? But hopefully we can get Matt Booty to be like, hey, let's worry about self. Let's preserve self right now. Forget the whole time. The industry is already messed up anyway, with everybody always getting fired, and it's like a rotating door about jobs. Hopefully we can get Matt to be like, hey, let's worry about let's try to win this. Let's not try to care about, oh, if I do this, maybe this will help PlayStation or help Nintendo or help PC. No, let's worry about the Xbox customer, and let's see how we can do it then. And for the record, because I heard he didn't know my stance on the exclusive games thing. I didn't want it to happen either. I did not want I'm a buy. I didn't want it to happen either. But at the end of the day, I understood it. Like I get why they were doing it. I didn't like it. I just accepted it because hey, nothing I do can change it. I don't make those decisions. Hey, if I made those decisions, y'all fire me in that first week, but it'll be a hell of a week though. We'll have some fun that week. But yeah, PlayStation they're gonna try to do what Matt Booty said. They're gonna try to spin Xbox out of business. They just don't have enough money too. But Xbox does have enough money too. Yes, and I wouldn't care if they'll shut Sony down. They can go buy all I care.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I definitely think at some point I think they're gonna have to relinquish, because like I said, they only make 2% and blah blah blah. That's $2 billion of money they made off of putting games on the Xbox. I don't think that's such a bad, and on the PC as well. I don't think that's such a bad little profit margin. That's $2 billion. You have to make more first party exclusives for yourself. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say something.
It's all good. It's all good. We had a whole shit ton of topics, and we're starting to run out of time because I don't want to keep these people here all night. But there is something that I want to cover, Hargeet, and it is and it may get a little salty, but that's all right, because this is completely earned. And I'm not going to go too far in on it, because we're actually going to go to his show this summer. The Summer Games Fest. I'm looking forward to that. We shall see, but hopefully you can make it, man. That'd be awesome. So let's see here. Hargeet, if you want to read the top of that, and then I'm going to break it down into some of the replies, because they're pretty priceless.
All right. Xbox has announced that Project Helix is the code name for the next generation PC-based Xbox hardware device.
Okay. And he also got community noted. Do we want to read the community note, or we want to?
Sure. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. The Xbox CEO has officially stated the next-gen Xbox is a console. Statement is as follows. Great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix, the code name for our next-generation console.
Yeah. All right. So in let's let me see there. Oh, Tom Warren is probably the best part. We'll go through his. What did Tom Warren have to say? And it's Tom Warren of the Verge, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. PC-based Xbox hardware device. I think you mean Xbox console. Jeff, do you consider Steam Machine a console? Valve calls it a PC, probably because it's designed to run PC games and not console versions. I'd imagine Microsoft is calling the next-gen Xbox a console because it's designed to run Xbox console games as well as PC games.
And then His reply.
What is an Xbox console game in your definition, and is that different than a UWP game? Obviously, lots we need to learn about the plans here, and excited to hear more.
Seems like he's backtracking just a little bit. And then there was, let's see. I know it's down here. He had another reply to that as well.
Or maybe you need to go back to the main one.
Oh, man, that's probably what it is. I'm sorry. My bad. Let's see here. So it would be the. Let's see. Oh yeah, no. Epic. Shout out to Epic Treasure, who we'll be sending the show over to here in a few minutes, for the definition of a game console and putting it right there.
Right.
So, yeah, she's amazing. Yep. Yeah. So let me see. I know it was here. It's the I think you guys know what I'm looking for. It is the reply back about the Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And it was right here. Where the hell is it?
Yeah. Might be hard to find it like that.
It might be. I had it saved.
I think I got it actually though. Let me see if I can see
if you have it.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I think I got it. Let me see if I can send it to you right quick.
Thank you, sir.
I believe I have it.
That's all right.
I think I got my WPG folder. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second.
Yep. Because it pretty much has a really good summary to the whole thing. Wraps it up in a nice little bow.
Oh, you know what? I think I actually quote tweeted it. Let me go to my page.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here it is. Let me send it to you. Good old WEBDAVE. The homie WEBDAVE.
Right back at you.
At the top of the list. Gotcha.
Thank you, sir. There we go. Hargeet, I'll let you read that one, and I think this pretty much wraps up the whole conversation with this.
All right. Let's make it easier. The next-gen Xbox will play the console version of GTA 6. The Steam machine won't be able to play GTA 6 until a PC version is developed. Ding, 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 ding.
Mic drop.
That's simple. What he just said, there's nothing to say. There's nothing else to say. Yeah. He's 100% right. That's why it's a console PC hybrid. It's not just a console. A PC in the form of a console like the Steam machine. It's still a console, So Xbox called it a console, and everybody like that whole stuff with Jeff Keighley, man. Stop it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Yeah.
PC-based device. What if Xbox is so trash and so dog shit and it's dead? Why are guys just constantly saying stupid shit? D-back, no, man, it's not a console, man. It's a PC. You Xbox guys are some fucking haters. Bro, for y'all people say Xbox is dead, why does it seem like they're so intimidated by Xbox, bro? Like, why? Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it, man.
It's crazy. Ray, your thoughts on this?
It gives me a headache. Like we've been seeing this with Jeff for a little bit now. He seems to jump on the Xbox bad news really quick, and he seems to when it's something like Hogwarts that he capped from the hills for, he was telling us we was gonna apologize to him and everything else. He got real quiet when it started hitting.
I expect your apology in 48 hours.
I expected in 24 hours. And so he was like he just said. He said he gonna expect his apology in 48 hours. When he was and he just left Hogwarts and the developers dry. Mm-hmm. He was one of the responsibles for that game getting canceled, because I think it's on the last day on the 12th, right? Jeff Keighley knows it's a console. Like this is the start of that narrative. Like we talking about the start of narratives and where like he's patient zero for this for this. It's not a console. It's not a traditional console. Nintendo haven't put out one in a while, right? Like it just like it's just one of those things. You do whatever you can to slight Xbox and for no odd reason. Like you just it's a hybrid console. We was arguing about it this week. It's a hybrid.
What was the score? Heath's Pistons didn't watch.
What do you say? Oh man, yeah, bro. I watched the first quarter and a half. I say this shit is over with. Yeah.
But Jeff would never because I know because he used to do the show on Game Trailers back in the day. I know he his legions to PlayStation. That's what he prefers, right?
Yeah.
But as one of the top I guess personalities in the gaming industry, right?
Yep.
You would think you will get some type of decorum, with some type of unbiased when it comes to when you come to giving us news or whatever. Like now Xbox gonna have to come out and be very clear on what is the next Xbox. They're gonna have to say the word console a million times just for it to get through everybody's head. They're gonna have to say console after every sentence. That's because of Jeff Keighley wouldn't say the word console. And I'm surprised at Tom Warren, because sometimes Tom Warren be on that bull. But this time he was right.
Hey, Ray, let me say this right quick. Tom Warren is one guy. I also see Destin Legary out there pretty much saying, yo, this, come on, guys. Y'all are being fake and hypocritical. Stop. The shit is a console, man. It's just a hybrid. Stop it, bro. I'll be saying that. So, but I do agree with you, Ray. They definitely need to explain what this thing is, bro. If they can do that this week, that's fine. If they're going to wait till later do it, they have to explain it, because they're already ready to say, it's confusing. Is it a console? Is it a PC? I'm telling you right now, people are already ready to start saying this console PC hybrid is bullshit. They're already ready to say it. They're gonna
have to do it this week. They're gonna have to do it this week, Dirk.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to do it this week. I agree.
Because they don't, like you just said, they're gonna say the rest of the year until they show the thing. They're gonna be saying it's not a console. It's not a console. Just like, remember Craig for a while everybody was saying Craig this, Craig that. Like, it's gonna get stuck in people's heads. So they gotta go nip this in the bud. They shouldn't have to. That's the point. They shouldn't have to, but at this point,
they have to, bro. They have to, because let's be real. Some things in the past they wasn't that great with explaining. I vividly remember how I found this community. I know you know the whole story where there, because I told you how I found this community, because I was looking on YouTube, and bro, it was so much Xbox hate about the Xbox One. And people were saying, and at the time, maybe it was confusing. People was confused about the policies with the Xbox One. What could it do? Because you play used games, because you're not playing. So what happened, because Xbox didn't explain it good enough, people just went out there with their own little stories, and all of that negative news went around to the community, and Xbox was just roasted, like before the system was even revealed. So they have to explain this console. They have to, bro. And like you said, Ray, I just saw a pony say, I'm gonna just do his voice so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Xbox gotta explain this console this week. They gotta explain it.
Yeah, you don't even play it.
They better explain that shit. So you're right, Ray. They got to explain it this week, bro. They have to.
Unfortunately.
If the console is coming fall of 2027, you would think they don't have to explain it right now.
Correct.
But they have to. Asha revealed the whole thing. They have to explain everything about the console, of course, but they got to explain the most important things that people want to know about it.
Hey, they gotta just basically end every sentence in console. This is
console.
Was that your J-Tech impersonation there? Is that J-Tech?
No, that wasn't J-Tech.
Puerto Rock was that?
That was Puerto Red.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I exaggerate people's voices, but I make it,
That's the way you do it. That's how they do it, man. That's exactly how you do it. Hargeet. So, like I said, I'm not trying to get, but let me. So, your take on this back and forth banter, and then I'm going to ask you straight out. What would you define it as?
So I don't understand the need to define things differently than what they're already defined as. A console is a device that plays video games. Its primary interface is a controller. That's the definition of a console. I don't care beyond that.
There you go.
As far as what this is, it is a console because it's intended to be put on your TV. That's the intent of this stupid thing. It's going to be a console. It's going to run games. That's its purpose in life. Its purpose is to play games. A PC has a multi-purpose thing. It's a personal computer that does whatever the fuck you want it to do. It is not intended to just play games. You can do that. You are absolutely allowed to do that. But you can also do anything else you want with it, right? That's the point of a computer. This is not a computer. It is not being marketed as a computer. It is not you can install Windows and do whatever you want on it. It is a device intended to play games. It will allow you to play games from other stores. That's really the only thing that's changing here. The current Xbox is a Windows device. It just happens to hide all of the Windowsiness of it because they don't need you to see that. They just need you to be able to play games. So you get to see just playing games. Now, granted, they also allow you to have apps, Windows 10 apps, now 11 apps, I guess, to do Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever else, right? All those are still there too. Fine. But ultimately, the intent of that machine is to play games. The intent of this machine is to play games. It will run console versions of freaking games. That's the whole point. It will run your entire back catalog of games. If you bought GTA 6 on Xbox, you will be able to play it here in back compat alone, let alone if they make a version directly, and they will, for this console. They will likely target this console as well, right? But you don't even have to do that. You will be able to use your back compat version and just play it. So because it's a console, it'll play it. So I like it, the whole industry is going to have this whole annoyance because they, of course, everything Xbox does, they hate everything. Xbox exists, they hate it. So there will always be stupid shit. And it's not just to this specific conversation. You're going to just see it over and over again, right? The confusion. I mean, I don't know how much clearer they need to say it. She said it, console. Jason Ronald, console. I mean, it's always been console. This is what they're putting out, a console. They have never said they're putting out a PC. So if you want that, go ahead and ask them. I guess they can just outright tell you it is console, Helix console. I suppose they have to add that little moniker for some reason, but that is what they're putting out, right? So, whatever. This is gonna just keep going. It doesn't matter though. The goalpost will always shift. Oh, you only have that because of this. I don't care. Do I have it? That's all that matters. Right. If I get to play, a PlayStation game that wasn't intended to be on Xbox because I own it on Steam. Yeah, I don't care. I have it. If there's a game that only comes out to Steam, yeah, I have it. I don't care. I don't care if it only came there. I bought it there. I have it. I can play it. Ultimately, that's the world we need to be in is just think about what access I get to games that I want to play. And if the machine gives me the access, that's what I want. Right. So I don't know. We're gonna keep hearing bullshit stories though, because everybody has to have goalposts because of their territorial pissings about their little area. Somehow is not as good as it used to be because games are available on a different machine.
To the panel, if Helix uses emulation and not natively to run Xbox games, would it change your opinion of the box?
Oh, I'm just so sick of this fucking bullshit argument. Well, right now, if I told you that if you're playing an Xbox Series game, it's being emulated on your Series console, what would you say? Would that change your opinion about how that works? Because you're not running direct to hardware. You're not running direct to hardware.
You see the narratives, right?
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
When the last time you put a disc in it that had the full game in it?
Right.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. It's been a while, right? But there have been a few, but it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
But look, the idea of emulation. So emulation is if you want to translate between different pieces of hardware, right? Because the underlying, CPU and GPU structure are so radically different than what you're currently running, right? So if you had to do that, you might have to do some emulation layer that says, I will take the calls that you're making to the system and change that to the ones that work on this system. Now that's already happening. So that's already happening if you run a 360 game, for instance, which is a radically different architecture than an Xbox One or an Xbox Series console. So they're already doing that. if you want to do an Xbox One game. What they were doing was they were encapsulating that into a wrapper that gave the ability for it to run portably, right? That was the whole idea of the whole UWP thing, right? They went ahead with that. And so that was the way they were doing games within Xbox One. They continue that with series consoles. So you're not running on bare hardware. Bare hardware runs Xbox OS. Then it runs an emulation area, whatever you want to call that, to give you the Xbox Series game.
PS1 and
the Xbox Series
games on PS5 are emulated, right?
Correct. Because those are very radically different hardware pieces, right? But anyways, so that emulation, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter because it's running code natively on the machine, but it's got some translations. In the case of series console ones, they're pretty close to the 1-to-1, but ultimately it's all DirectX, and DirectX is then layered in by the Xbox OS to say, hey, you can use this. I'll translate to my physical hardware. So it doesn't matter. I don't understand this idea of emulation. Who gives a shit? It's running native code where it's native. That's all that really matters, right? So, if you're talking about, say, Proton layer on a Steam OS or Steam machine, right? So, or a Steam Deck, they're still running x86 code on an x86 machine, but it's running with an emulation layer to handle the fact that you're running Windows code through Linux, right? They're just translating things there, right? What does that necessarily mean? Nothing. Who cares? So I don't understand this whole idea of emulation versus native. It's native code that's running on native machine. Who cares how it happens? As long as it runs, right? So I'm confused by that whole construct. You can run a Windows game on your current series console if you want to hack it in there somehow. You can do it. They run PC emulation on your freaking Xbox today. If you go to dev mode, PC emulation, right? You can run emulation from PC for a Nintendo older console. You can run a PS1, PS2. You can run those emulators on the freaking Xbox today. How does that happen? Because it just translates all that stuff for you in the background. You don't care. You're just playing games. Like, ultimately, why do you give a shit? So I don't understand this whole thing. They're basically saying I can translate whatever runs on Steam, just like Proton does today on Linux.
Mm-hmm.
I can make that run on your Xbox console. That's going to be the additional feature. Cool. Do I care beyond that? Am I getting my games? So when somebody says I'm targeting Xbox for a game, what are they targeting? The console that I'm going to buy. That's it, right? Why do I care beyond that? Right? On top of that, they're making the console and the Windows version of the game the same. That's what we're going to supposedly hear at GDC. You don't even have to bother coding a different version. You just say, I want to target the console as well. And that's it. It's just done. But we'll see how that works out. We'll see what we get in GDC. So, but yeah, this whole idea of PC versus console is baloney. I don't care. I'm playing games. The device is intended to go under my TV, and it's going to play games. It's a controller interface. That's what I'm looking for. Great. I don't understand.
Can you read that comment? Dirt, did you see who's in the chat?
Oh, geez, stop, dude. Just stop. Just fucking stop, bro. You think you know everything? You don't. I'm sorry, D, but you're just going off on bullshit stories. This dude, it's gonna run Xbox OS.
You're
just
muted,
whatever, bud.
Oh, you're still muted.
I was talking all that shit, and I.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh man, I was talking all that shit like in D-Bat's voice, and I'm muted. Because it does not emulate PC games. Hargeet, you're a fucking hater. You're a hater, Hargeet. You're a hater. And so I did check. That's really D-Bat. So
no,
kiss my ass, D-Bat. How about that one?
No disrespect, D-Bat. I just want you to know, you're welcome on the show sometime. I'd love to have you on. Of course, your numbers will go down. You have to be able to take your feet to the flames, though. That's all I'm saying, because it does get a little hot and spicy in here. But yeah, so guys, dude, we're going to wrap things up here right at the end. We have almost 600 people here watching us live, over 400 watching us on YouTube, and almost 200 people watching us live on X. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are going to send you over to Epic Treasure in a minute, so don't just leave us. D-Batch says sure next week. Well, it could be interesting. You know what? We could have D-Batch and we could have P-Lump together on the same show.
Oh shit!
Let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. We'll.
Hey, D-Batch, I'm about to be in Toronto, man.
There you go. Yeah, so
4 hours away, you know. No,
have a drink. I'm just kidding. All right, so let me as we wrap things up here, D-Batch, we will reach out. We'll reach out to you. We'll talk. I promise. Last little thing I'm gonna put this up here. This is the current, as in like a few minutes ago, I got this update for the current rankings of Marathon on Steam. And those are where it's at right now. So that's it's not looking too bad. I mean, player count right now over 70,000.
I think it'll do okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Obviously, it won't do Concord numbers, but Concord numbers. But I don't know if it's going to be the hit that PlayStation wanted, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's at least,
but it's doing okay. It's
doing
okay.
And now let's we're going to put this in perspective. So it just came out this week, right? So let's share this screen, which is I refreshed it just a moment ago. This is the current ranking player count on Steam only. This is just Steam numbers, but like the best, most played games as of right now on Steam. And this is Sunday night, so yes, it's giving up. The week's getting ready to start. Some people,
this is right now, Dave.
This is right now. Yep, this is so Counter-Strike. Let's see. Oh, and this new Slay the Spine 2, which a lot of people are talking about that.
It's a card game or something.
Yeah, But as I say, it's a lot of fun to play. Arc Raiders, of course, still up there in the top 4. Yeah, let's see. And then we got Path of Exile still up there. Oh, look at that. Resident Evil Requiem,
phenomenal game.
Oh, fantastic!
Whoa.
Even old games like PUBG and Overwatch, and then Marvel Rivals, and then number 15 is that's
it just came out a few days ago.
That's Marathon.
A few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago it just came out.
But Dart, it's the latest game from Bungie. I mean, shouldn't that be higher up? I mean, it's
well, to be honest, it probably should be higher up because it just came out and it's a Bungie game. But listen, man, I mean, when you compare it to their last big live service game, this is a damn hit compared to their last live service game.
What was their last live service game, Dirt?
I think was it Concord?
Oh, you talking about PlayStation? You talking about PlayStation? Oh yeah. Hey, what's their
last service game?
Hey, what's their next one, Dirt?
Fair Games? And that fair.
Man, you know, Fair Games will be canceled. Hunter Gatherings. Horizon Hunter Gathering. Yeah, that's gonna be
They had playtests for that already. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. It came out.
Yeah, they did. I know people I know people under NDA, but I did see somebody say something on the low. Said his friends, whatever it said, is trash. But who knows? Listen.
We don't know.
I wish them the best.
Yeah,
I don't.
Neither do I, Rary. But I'm saying like I do.
Oh Jesus!
No, but I did see some people say Marathon is actually good, but that's good for them,
Yeah. I played Marathon.
You gonna go? Go ahead. No. But go ahead.
I played Marathon for 3 hours.
What you think, man?
It was the most boring, worst time.
Oh, come on, Ray. You a bot, man. You a biased bot, Ray.
One Bungie at Xbox Studio at one time.
Yeah,
so you can't put my bot-identity into this.
Hey, man, come on. You can't say that because
I was poor dirt.
I mean,
listen. I had the twin Vics in there, Vic Gambino and Vic the Click. They couldn't even get me to laugh. This was dirt. I was dying for no reason. I wouldn't even get.
They say the AI is extremely hard on that game,
bro. They like the Terminator, Dirt.
And which? Hold on. In part 1, 2, which one?
It was
3. Terminator.
It was the one with the Liquid Man, the Liquid Metal Man. Yeah, that was what it was. It wasn't dying, Dirt. That was like Dirt. We would run like we didn't even find nobody until we died. Like it was like I'm like, man, what? Like what we were looking at the loot. No, when you do a extraction game, right? You're supposed to look at the loot and like, oh yeah, I can't wait till I get back to Speranza or whatever, and I'm gonna put this on, or I'm gonna use this for this. We're looking at the loot. All of it looked the same. All of it looked. We didn't know. We couldn't even find the UI was so bad. We couldn't find the store to buy anything.
Hold on, WebDave. Let me ask your chat. Come on.
Go ahead.
Now, I know you ain't got a chat full of bots. There got to be somebody in the chat that's
a lot of
enjoying
bots in the
Marathon.
chat.
Is anybody in the chat enjoying Marathon? Come on, I know all of y'all ain't super bots like this.
It's nobody in the chat. It's not one person besides Paris Lily. I know you in the chat. You will acknowledge me. You were the only one in the chat that is enjoying Marathon. It's nobody else.
Well, no, D-Batch wasn't there. I don't think he's a bot.
D-Batch don't play games.
D-Batch ain't touched a controller in a whole decade.
He ain't touched a controller since 2015.
That's so unfair.
He wasn't touching the controller back then. D-Batch, show your gamer score. I bet it's 2. Ain't nobody care what D-Batch saying around here.
That's my other account, man. That's not other account.
Hey, how about this? Hargeet is the only RDS person that I can listen to right now. All the rest of them,
Yeah, I agree.
they all the rest of them are dead to me. Hey, shout out. Marathon will flop. It won't be around in a month. Hey, it will. Hey, it might last long.
It'll still be around in a month.
Hey, Dirt, right now, I think they said like 33,000 on Steam, right? By the end of next week,
70,000.
No, that went down. I seen the chat. It was 36,000. By the end of next week, it will be at 15 to 10. Nobody care. Hey, Dirt, why? Hey, Dirt, you've been around a lot. Hey, WebDave, you've also been around. Hargeet, you've been around. Why aren't y'all playing Marathon?
Because there's better games to play.
Because it's boring. That's why.
I'm playing WWE.
I am too.
Romeo is dead.
I don't know why you playing that, but
that's some weird. Hey, that's some weird shit. I'm playing Romeo is dead. I finished Resident Evil Requiem. Game was absolutely phenomenal. I want to go back through it again. That game was great. So I'm playing Romeo Must Die. What is it? What?
Romeo? Yeah,
Romeo is a dead man. Is a dead man.
Romeo is a dead man. Yeah,
it's actually pretty good, but it's weird, man. It's weird.
The physics in WWE makes me laugh and have fun. I couldn't find a inkling to be like, hey, I enjoy this game. Only thing I can say, hey, Bungie can make a gun shoot. That's all I can say. That's all.
The gameplay is pretty good.
The shooting is good. Everything else is bad. It's a bad game. It is a horrible. Hey, if y'all don't listen to me and y'all go buy that game, that's on y'all own. But Ray told y'all, do not go buy Marathon. And I know some of y'all dummies did it. I'm off of it.
Romeo is a dead man. Is like what's the name of that studio? Suda 51.
Is that Suda 51?
Yeah,
they're a good studio.
Suda 51. So their games are always kind of weird. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is no exception. But it's something about this game that I really, really like. I'm really enjoying. The boss music is absolutely amazing. Every boss is like the music is really good. Some heavy metal. It sounds really good, right? I like it though. I've never played a Suda 51 game before.
Okay.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. See, I don't agree with D-Batch a lot, but you know, like WWE 2K6 is pretty good so far. I only played a couple of matches, but it's pretty good so far.
There you go. See some common ground, right?
No, man.
No. I think I hate WWE now. I used to love it
because he said this.
Ray, you're being spiteful now. Now.
Ray would love with a sweet tooth skin.
Hey, hush your mouth. Hey, y'all, if y'all think Sony and PlayStation petty, y'all ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to me.
Yeah, that dude's petty, man. I tell Ray chill sometime with his petty.
I never forgive.
Oh, goodness. Now you and Paris had a little bit of back and forth, but you worked that out because you know how.
No, that wasn't me and Paris. Me and Paris are always good. It was it was Zink and Paris. Zink and Paris.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Paris Lily. The man is amazing. And
shout out to Purrs.
He is going to be at the GDC this week. So
yeah, man. I think he's already there. Isn't he?
GDC should be fun.
Well, he live in LA. He live in that area. So.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Man, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Frisco though, right? He'd have to still travel up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, wow, what it's been a great show. Hargeet, I know we didn't get to half the topics we threw in the mix today, but I think we still had a pretty good show after all. And of course we'll have another great show next week. We'll reach out and see if D-Batch you do want to be on. I know Hargeet, you have communication with D-Batch and you guys will be able to talk. So maybe if you're serious about it, I will welcome you on the show. I'm just telling you, it could get kind of messy. And
don't look at the chat.
You should don't read. But
you're gonna cry in the car, Dirt.
I mean, this. All right, so I'll just say this in case people don't know, and it's on this channel. Some people don't realize that, but I've actually interviewed Reforge Gaming, and he's on this channel. The interview's here. I know a lot of people think, what do you do? You know what? You gotta listen to all sides to see where people are coming from, and that's the way you got to do it. And now I'm able to make a clear, decisive opinion about Reforge because I've talked to the man myself. So there you go. Maybe you should get a listen, and maybe you'll agree that he is fucking crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, stop it. But yeah, no, I'm very respectful when it comes to that. Everybody's got opinions, and that's all good. But we're and in the big scheme of things, we are having a lot of fun. But guys, thank you all so much for being here. We're gonna go around the horn. So we'll start off with Judge Ray. And we brought anybody to court recently, but I know I've been lucky I haven't been in the gallows yet. I'm sure I've had my moments when he's probably he's thought I should be in there, but yeah. So I do need to hop back on with Ray and D1, and I need to be on there with you guys sometime and just talk some shit.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, man.
Thank you, sir.
We are. I think Clute might be the next person. He just been away. That person we bring to court.
Nice.
We have fun over there. We have a lot of fun. Y'all know y'all can catch me on WBG on Mondays with Dirt. Wednesday XCC the Xbox Echo Chamber, and Saturday the Ray Right Show. We always having fun. That's the one thing we do on every show I'm on. We have a lot of fun. We get the topics, but we have a lot of fun because you don't want to be in this whole gaming thing is supposed to be having fun in the beginning anyway. So
yes,
and a lot of people that take stuff personally about Xbox did this. They personally hurt me because they put Hi-Fi Rush on PlayStation or something. You gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill out. Go, hey, what'd you say, D-Back? Like, go get some pussy, man. Go get the coochie, man.
Go get some coochie.
Go get some coochie, man. But I know what.
Right. If anybody is on their TV right now, or you're watching the computer, or on your phone, just like I do put up the QR code right down in the corner, right there for Ray's channel. If you want to scan your phone on that, do the QR code. That'll take you right to his channel. Like, subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode of that one. And with that said, I'm now going to switch over to Dirt's QR code. And Dirt, thank you so much for being on here, Grant. Greatly appreciate it, sir. Please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and all the amazing content that you put out, sir.
Hey, first off, let me see if this shit works, man. Let me see. YouTube. That shit work, man. Dirt Griggity. It's in green, so you couldn't see it. No, yes. Thanks for the invite, man. I always have fun on this show. I'm a little down, man, because my Pistons got their ass whooped. Huge Detroit Pistons fan, basketball, But I'm okay, man. I'll be okay. Listen.
Try being a Mavericks fan, Dirt. Try being a Mavericks fan, Dirt.
Hey, hold on, wait. Do you remember the Pistons 2 years ago, brother? Won 14 games.
You know what? I take it back because y'all had some rough
okay, years. Brother, we been through it.
And then y'all was Detroit. You had the Lions too for a while.
Lions always dog shit after the last couple of years. But yeah, so I appreciate everything, man. So like Ray already said, man, we just here to have fun, man. We have fun. We have fun on our shows. People clip us. If you laugh at something I said, you make fun of something I said, go ahead, man. But just don't make up stuff and lie about me. Don't do that. Don't do that. If those people want to clip me saying something like, look at this Xbox guy, ha, ha, ha. Okay, fine, laugh at me, but don't lie on me, man. That's something I will not tolerate. But besides that, thank you, fellas.
Agreed. And with that said, I do want to. This is so you're not clipped out of context. This actually happened from Dirt.
It was so long I had to roll up some of it.
Thanks for passing that knowledge on, Dirt.
God damn.
That was me. That was AI.
Paul.
Was it? No. Wait. So is this you or is this AI?
Why does the PlayStation always need Vaseline? Because it's always getting stuck in tight spots.
Hey yo,
Like Mario though.
hey yo.
I don't even like Nintendo.
I know.
You doing boss man wrong over here on the show,
Hey,
man.
I don't even like Nintendo. Why would they have me dressed like Mario if all people with a PlayStation?
You worried about the Mario gear? That's what you
Yes.
worried about?
Yes.
Not the Vaseline in your
No, I ain't
hair?
worried about that.
Yeah.
Just the Mario. That was disrespectful. To have me a Mario gear. That's the number one disrespectful thing. I don't give a damn about the Vaseline and PlayStation. You just have me dressed like a Mario gear?
No, man.
Shout out to FarQ for those amazing. I mean, not that he did it.
No, man.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Hey, I'm not worried about the Vaseline and the PS5. Don't dress me up like Mario, you pieces of shit.
I love it. And I tell you, Mr. Boomstick was correct. And to you and to Ray, we need shows like you. These guys, the content you put out, please never stop because love it.
Love it, man.
There you go. Hargeet Chani, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you. And I know
That's not nice, D-Batch. Show some damn respect.
No.
D-Batch, how dare you? Time to turn off the lights. Come on, D-Batch. POS.
Oh, wow.
Is that really D-Batch?
No, that's really him. Because say,
you put on the day? Okay.
That's funny. That's funny. And it looks like he's got a little bit of a funny spirit too. That's good. And then just
we did have fun, man.
Taurus celebrates 29 months of membership.
oh, thank you so much, sir. That's a long time. Thank you. And I got the Hargeet's QR code is up in the corner right now. So please, everybody, do that. But Hargeet, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you. On Discord is where they can reach out to you. That's where I found you.
Yeah, so well, first, if you want, you can also go to my store, shop.china.us, and pick up either one of these if you like. Make Xbox great again, or make Xbox not dead again.
Those shirts are both available. Yeah,
they are available. And of course, you can also buy my book if you like. And then my channel's YouTube. It's Hargeet Chani 1. And then I'll be on with Fonz on Tuesday. I don't know if we're gonna get enough GDC stuff by then. Maybe we will, but so check that out 7 p.m. US Eastern Time on Tuesday. But Boom's show on Wednesday. That's after the Xbox stuff. So we should have a fun time. 7 p.m. US Eastern Time on Wednesday on Double Barrel Gaming. Hopefully we'll be breaking down some of the stuff that we get from GDC. If it comes out, if it doesn't, then
it's not televised.
We'll have to just wait.
It's not televised.
I don't know that it is. There'll be some things that will be public, some things that will not be public.
Okay.
Because some of the things they're talking about are under non-disclosure.
Right.
So they will have some things that they can say and some things they can't, but there should be some articles written by the people that are there, right? That here are some of the things that were talked about. And usually after a GDC, they will also, Microsoft themselves or whoever is doing their talks, will also put out the public version of whatever they just talked about, right? And we should all be able to access that and see what's going on. But yeah, I still expect to hear news. There'll be something, and I'm sure there'll be leaks. But we'll hear things, and hopefully it'll be fun. So next Wednesday, check that out. This Friday, we will not be doing the show with C Money and Doodle because C Money is actually out there at GDC,
Nice.
and he'll hopefully be. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be having fun getting all that firsthand information. It'd be great. And then we'll be back next Sunday to break this stuff down. Hopefully we'll have a lot of stuff from GDC to go over. So yeah, it should be fun next week.
Hey, Hargeet, I got a question for you.
Great.
Hey, Hargeet, I got a question for you. I've seen a lot of pictures of you, right? And you always standing next to people. You always the shortest person up there. How tall are you?
I'm like 5'7". I'm pretty short.
I see. I'm gonna take 2 inches out because you hesitated. So
no, that's
like
my
5'7".
license. I'm
he's
5'7".
yeah.
If you're 5'7", you're 4 inches taller than Ray Ray.
No, first of all, that's
shit.
a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie because I'm.
But Fonz, by the way, is the same height as me.
Fonz a short guy. Well, like 5'7" is like average height, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about you,
5'9",
Dave?
I think is average.
10.
5'10".
Yeah.
Dave, he taller. He in the pictures, he kind of taller.
I think Dave and Attic is the tallest, right?
Addict is 6'4".
King is pretty tall too.
King David, I think, is 4 or 5, 6'4" or 5. They're both really tall.
Oh.
Harris Lily's tall too.
Lemon is about. I think he's 6'5".
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
You get all them around the picture.
Harris 6'3".
Yeah. Massive. Yeah.
They're pretty tall guys.
There you go. There you go. big personalities too, and great members of the community, every single one of them. So guys, again, thank you all so much for joining us. Please hit the like and subscribe button on the way out the door. We're on the road to 4K on subscription, so please do that. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe channel, to the channel, I should say. We do also have the memberships, and those are separate, but they're only $1 if you decide you want to do that, but that's up to you. We do appreciate it, but you don't have to. We just appreciate you guys here having fun with us, and again, next week is should be a pretty interesting show. Looks like it might get kind of lively. Dirt, you gonna be in the chat? You think maybe next week? Maybe we'll see, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I'll be in the chat, man.
Hey, if D Batch here, I'm gonna show up.
Ray is as tall as a rubber duck.
Oh, come on, DJ Brother Dust. It's not nice.
I'm gonna be a tall ass rubber duck then. Hey yo,
7'3", ain't that right, Ray?
he's 7'3". I'm about to be 7'5" tomorrow. I'm doing right now.
You grow 2 inches a day as a grown man.
Every night I grow. Every time I go to sleep, I grow 2 inches.
Pause. There you go.
Resume, everybody.
All righty again. All right, and with that, thank you all so much for joining us. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and thank you again for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Let's ride! You boys ready for a great raid?
Game over.
All right, now lose it. Go crazy.